Do not worry.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new Do Not Worry stream. I'm your host, Anthony, coming to you live from the heart of Lebanon in the 09. It is 7:38 p.m. on this here Friday night. Did Haley D just gift a whole bunch of memberships? What's happening here? Haley D gifting 10 Do Not Worry memberships before we even go live? We got people like Strober, Music, Zebed, MZ, Lilac, Slash, getting gifted donos, and Trad, Bazur, Purist Ethanol, Michael Saloom, and Gomu, no, Hashira. Haley, you're crazy. We've just received Haley, thank you so much. That is so kind. A happy Friday, everyone. Holy shit. That's insane. Haley, that's way too kind. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. W's in the chat for Haley, folks. Holy shit. Starting things off with a bang. 10 new members just like that. Look at that. How's everyone doing? Sorry for the delay. I had a beach day today. One of the advantages of not having like a 9 to 5 is that you can, make your own schedule. I hate going to the beach on weekends in Lebanon. If you go to the beach on a Saturday or a Sunday, you're going to do the opposite of relaxing. You're not going to relax. You're not going to have a fun, chill time. There's going to be, you know what I mean, everyone there because everyone's off from work, so you don't get to enjoy the beach. So like Demi and I kind of have a rule. We try to go to the beach Monday to Friday, and then we'll use the weekends to like hang out or like hike or something. It's a bit calmer there. But to try to go to the beach on a Saturday or Sunday, at least here in Lebanon, it's insane. And now that Israel is bombing the entire south of Lebanon, people can't go to the south, etc. We have beautiful beaches in the south. Now there are more people than ever, you know what I mean, on the more limited beaches that we have now, which is kind of insane. So went to the beach, had a nice day. The weather was beautiful. We went to a new beach we've never been to before. Discovered this new little place. Was very nice. Everybody showing Haley a lot of love in the chat. Thank you so much, Haley. That's crazy generous. Zaytun Zero says, actually, Colonel last Saturday was pretty chill. Really? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. All right, yeah. Today we're going to be talking about Gwyneth. I saw this yesterday or this morning. Gwyneth Paltrow is starring in an Israeli ad for luxury condos. Gwyneth Paltrow, ex-wife of Chris Martin from Coldplay. The conscious uncoupling that they did. She's now selling Palestinian land, folks. She's now selling Arab land. How long till she starts selling luxury apartments in southern Lebanon, huh? Is that your plan, Gwyneth? I hate that lady. God, I hate you, Gwyneth Paltrow. We'll talk about that in a second. We're going to be watching some of Hasan's reaction to Charlie, MoistCritical, talking about the whole IDUB situation. It's not going to be a very long stream, relatively short stream. Just wanted to come say hi. Demi's coming over later after work. We might be streaming the continuation of the Mushroom Lego set. So we might just be doing a late night, very chill stream, finishing up that Lego set of hers later tonight. But it depends. We've both had a pretty long day. We're going to be cooking some kind of an Asian salad. Making some, well, not making. They're frozen. We're going to have some frozen vegetable spring rolls. Mwah. It's going to be a good night. Zaytun Zero says Chris Martin is also a fence rider. He did say, let's stop the wars. Something like that at one of the concert, right? Something pretty vague. Let's stop the wars. Stop killing people. Stop, yeah, free Palestine. I think he did say, I think he eked out a free Palestine. No? We'll get to that. Folks, before we get going, whoosh, we have a goal of 600 members, folks. And Haley just started us off with a 10 extremely generously gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Haley. Yet again, folks, if you want to support the channel, if you want to get exclusive content, consider becoming a member. It's a great way to support the channel, get some little extra perks in the live chat, get to show your love, And we appreciate you. Members and patrons keep the show running, so we love all of you. Let me take a second to thank some of our lovely members, such as Haley D. Thank you so much. Also, some people right here in chat: Ray6, Zaytun 0, KMac 9160, Samsum 404, Honk Big, Bobek Z, Munikov, I believe. Jay Pooley, Gene Short, thank you guys so much for being members. We love and appreciate you all. So welcome to the family. To anybody who joins recently. Also, Veronica H. Song, who made an appearance yesterday, that was very nice. Coco Mayaki, Jimmy Catrone, Lindsay Daly, and Weebs2828. We thank you guys. We appreciate you. Whether you've been gifted a membership, whether you've been out there paying for your membership for months at a time, we love and appreciate you. We see you. I see you, Jake Suri. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We cannot do it without you. Also, our beloved patrons. Like our God tier patron, Yad Mujabid, brand new superhero patron, Legal and Lipstick, Fadi Mac, a rose for you. Blonde patrons like Myri C, Alice Akerlint, Masra Life, Elby. And abductee patrons like DG, Joseph Ramirez, Jesse Hyde, Jigglypuffer, Tusk Fangooth, Coco Exists, and Mars. We appreciate you. We thank you. Our patrons also get exclusive content. The upcoming book read by Karine, perhaps Nour, from the, what is it called again? Milking Farm? God, for someone, you'd think I'd have this shit memorized, right? But I don't. Morning Glory Milking Farm. I'm going to be reading a chapter for the patrons because I promised, and then Karine is going to be having a full read and review. Maybe Nour, let Nour know you want her opinion on this book. We're going to be milking some Minotaurs together, folks. So patrons, I'm going to try to record this early next week, I promise you, okay? At least one chapter, then Karine and Nour can handle the rest, okay? I'm going to do what I have. McGee said he said something about an equal welcome to all Palestinians and Israelis in the crowd of a concert or something, and Israelis were mad. Jesus, really? I'm here listening. Wait, does Anthony... yes, I do realize you changed your username. Happy Pride, everybody. I don't want to call anyone out, but like we can, if someone wants to wish someone a Pride Month, we can do that in chat. So I'm not gonna name you by name, but just all religions are respected. Respect other people's opinions. Happy Pride Month, everybody! I want the live chat to be swimming in rainbow flags, please. Spam rainbow flags in chat, please. We just have to show someone that, this is an open, welcome live chat. This is an open and welcome live chat. Claudia D, Cloudy Da, come on. Pride flags. Let's go, guys. I want to see pride flags in the chat. Thank you, members. Thank you, patrons. Please keep in mind, you do not have to be... Goodbye, devils. Jesus Christ. Well, did they unsubscribe from my channel? No. Let's just see what's happening here. Crazy. There we go. Beautiful. That's more like it, everyone. I mean, we're going up in subscribers, so it seems fine. Yeah. Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Haley, for taking care of that situation. Nipping it in the bud. Also, Haley, we got to get you some backup here. We got to get you some backup. It's time to this. We need to add some moderators. Haley, don't feel it. If you got to go, please don't worry. I can moderate the chat as well. Bless you, Haley. Thank you so much. Goodbye, devils. That was really funny though, right? That was fucking intense. Okay, 1 second. Just let me. I'm gonna update the members in a second because of Haley's lovely 10 gifted. And then we'll get back to the show at hand. Also, just a quick reminder: if y'all feel like supporting the channel, if y'all feel like doing so, you can also subscribe to my other channel. Do not, Tino's Playroom. Oh, did I just almost say Do Not Worry Gaming? Bang, bang, bang. Look at that. Goodbye, devils. Consider subscribing to my other channel, Tino's Playroom. We build Lego. Yeah, I just talked about potentially building the mushroom Lego set with my girlfriend Demi later this evening. It will be taking place on Tino's Playroom, where I'm building the Lego Star Wars Cantina, mushrooms, a clone army, a Triceratops, all a bunch of video games. I'm playing Dark Souls 2. We are covering the Reckless Ben Lego bricks and minifig story. We've been doing a bunch of live streams. That channel is almost as active as this channel is here. So if you guys want some more, Anthony, you want some more do not worry style content, minus all the drama. Okay, head on over to Tino's Playroom and have some fun. Join us for some chill live streams. The Lego builds are super fun as well. So thank you. I appreciate you. And now. Goodbye, devils. I don't want no gay stuff in the chat, okay? Guys, can we not with the Pride Month stuff? I wanted to look up more Jerry Seinfeld videos. We'll look those up later. Okay. Zaytoon is asking, where's the merch? That's it, guys. I promise you, within 6 months, merch is gonna be slapping everybody. Trust me, I want to get merch. There's gonna be merch. Okay. A couple of Lebanon updates before we move on to a couple of random AI and cinema news, and then Gwyneth Paltrow, and then Jerry fucking Seinfeld, that little fucking asshole, and then some Hasan and Charlie. Okay, let us start. First of all, there's been a, as you guys know, there's been a rise in checkpoints in Lebanon with a lot of displacement and a lot of, Israel is trying to create these tensions between Christians and Muslims, Shia and Christians, particularly, you know what I'm saying? There's been some checkpoints arising around the country, checkpoints in front of Christian neighborhoods to check IDs of those coming in or leaving the neighborhood. Are you Muslim? Are you Shia? Because some Christians assume that if you're Shia, and if you come into a Christian neighborhood, the Israelis might come and bomb that Christian neighborhood. So they're trying to cause some tension. So there's been a rise in checkpoints. This latest checkpoint seems to have people very nervous. This is the latest checkpoint in Beirut, no less, folks, which, checkpoints reminds people of civil war, tensions. This checkpoint is particularly troubling. Look at this checkpoint. A new checkpoint in Beirut by Ahmad Baidoun puts out this tweet. Look at this dangerous checkpoint, folks. But in this case, we have Lebanese cats making sure that no Israelis get close to the capital. This is a good kind of checkpoint, okay? Look at all these little Lebanese kitties hanging out. Sorry, I tried to prank you guys. A little prank. Look at these kitties doing their job, making sure that no Israeli soldiers get to our capital. They're protecting Beirut. They're protecting Lebanon. Look at that. Look at our little kitties, and look at this very adorable checkpoint. There's no real checkpoint. I'm kidding. I wasn't lying about the other checkpoints. It has been happening around, you know what I'm saying? But like this is some just nice, friendly little kitties. One sec, just updating the members real quick. Isn't that cute? Isn't everyone relieved? I'm sure you guys are relieved. All right. All right. Just some quick updates about Lebanon. This is from Al Jazeera. Israeli strikes hit Tyre, or the entire city of Tyre, as ground assault reshapes southern Lebanon. Reshapes Lebanon. Stop calling it southern Lebanon. It's reshaping the entire country.
Tyre is being destroyed. The city in southern Lebanon was home to tens of thousands of people. That included some who had been displaced from villages closer to.
Samsam says, who's been a member for 1 month. Samsam, thank you so much for your membership. Says, we 100% need DNW merch. Who's with me? Are we starting a revolution in chat right now for merch? Samsam, thank you so much for being a member, by the way, and for supporting the channel. And I promise you, we will get you guys. We're going to get you guys some merch, okay? We're going to get you guys some merch. I promise you. I'm going to take I was trying to be elaborate. I want to make it here and produced in Lebanon, and I'm just going to get one of those websites, get one of those drop shipping sites, slap my logo on some t-shirts, and sell that shit, okay? It's going to be embroidered. It's going to be nice, but we'll eventually move towards making my own t-shirts here. I'm going to make a simple website. Y'all are going to be able to order your shirts, all right? I promise you. Haley sends a $5 super chat and says, time for the annual Get Back in the Closet, losers. Now that person is gone, okay? You devils. Okay, I needed to be open-minded in front of that person, but now that person's gone, I want you devils back in the closet. Nope, don't talk about that gay stuff in here. Okay, we should have upgraded the other person to a moderator. Haley, thank you so much for the support. That is way too kind.
The border. Now many have been forced to leave. Israel's bombing campaign has been intense. A few kilometers south of the city, the military has also been using heavy firepower, strikes, and artillery shelling in its efforts to weaken Hezbollah. It has been focusing on the nearby towns of Mansouri, Kleili, Majd al-Zoun, to name a few. Israeli ground forces have been trying to push north from their positions in the town of Bayada. Nearby, the Zibkeen Valley. It has historically been strategic ground for Hezbollah. Encircling it means Israel can clear the area of the group's military infrastructure. Further east in the Nabatea axis,
Jesus Christ, bro. Can you imagine how, like, this? Look at how big of a swath of the country that is, man.
It has been focusing.
That's like half the country right here. What you're seeing here, this is like half the country, a little bit more than half the country.
On the nearby towns of Mansouri, Kleili, Majd al-Zoun, to name a few. Israeli ground forces have been trying to push north from their positions in the town of Bayada. Nearby, the Zibkeen Valley. It has historically been strategic ground for Hezbollah. Encircling it means Israel can clear the area of the group's military infrastructure. Further east in the Nabatea axis,
look at how much of our country they've taken. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I hate looking at this.
Israeli forces are also attempting to take more ground. They have been advancing into Far Tibnit, with security sources saying they want to take the Ali Tahir Hills, where Hezbollah is believed to have underground facilities.
While I was at the beach today, like the whole time, honestly, like half the time, I was like, man, this feels kind of fucking weird, right? I'm sitting out here relaxing by the ocean while other people in my own country are being kicked out of their homes. Their homes are being destroyed. They're blocked off. We're all blocked off from going to the south of our country. If I wanted to go to the beach in the south of Lebanon right now, at least most parts of it, I would not be allowed. I would be shot dead because I would be considered a threat to the IDF. I would literally be shot dead in my own country for trying to step into the south because it's a war zone supposedly now. So the IDF has any excuse they want to shoot me dead just for trying to go to the beach. So as I was sitting by the beach and I'm like, here I am, I'm relaxing, I'm having a nice day, enjoying the weather, while others are like scrambling and like don't know where the fuck they're gonna live. Their homes are being bombed, they're dying, there's nothing I could do. And automatically like that sense of guilt, like I can enjoy this but others can't in my own country. I can feel nice right now and relaxed while other people are under bombardment. Other people are getting kicked out of their homes, and here I am lounging by the ocean. You feel fucking. Some people don't feel any guilt, and you know, fucking. I wish I was like that. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I wouldn't want to be that kind of person. But like, that sense of, you know, of ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, essentially, or just willful ignorance. I'm just gonna ignore that. I can't do that. I cannot ignore the reality of the situation. So I still did manage to have a nice time. It was very nice and relaxing, but there's that sense of guilt. You just feel wrong. Like we should all be enjoying this together, or we should all be suffering together. It's not fair that one part of the population suffers.
If it is successful, Israel can use its military gains in southern Lebanon as leverage. During talks in Washington, the Lebanese and Israeli governments agreed on so-called pilot zones. That means the Israeli army would gradually hand over territory to the Lebanese army, which would have exclusive control.
But the Speaker of Parliament, Nadim Berri, who the U.S. ambassador says speaks on behalf of Hezbollah, is not on board. He is insisting on a comprehensive ceasefire and a clear commitment that Israeli troops will withdraw from southern Lebanon. In return, Berri has said he guarantees Hezbollah will pull back from the border area south of the Litani River.
But Israel wants Hezbollah.
I can't believe I was ever going to root for Nabi Berri in my life, but here we go. Here we go. Zaytoon Zero sends a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Zaytoon Zero. Yatik Rafia says A to Israel and like the stream, y'all. Like the stream, everybody. Listen to Zaytoon Zero and Aiden بإسرائيل. 3 يورو 4 يورو 5 يورو كل اليورو بإسرائيل. We're talking about penises, folks. Penises in Israel.
Completely disarmed, something the group refuses to do. The Lebanese army's leadership has also not shown willingness to make that happen. And
I don't mind the plan of plan one, just everybody out, and then Hezbollah will withdraw south of the Litani River. Sure, let's do that. Okay, whatever. This is the same deal and the same conclusion we get to every few years. And for a gradual thing, they gradually withdraw while the Lebanese military secures area after area. Whatever the fuck gets them out of here, man. Just get them the fuck out of here.
Instead, stresses on the need to maintain national unity. Zena Khuder, Al Jazeera,
National unity, huh? Lebanon under attack. Israeli airstrikes kill 6 people in Tyre, or Tir, or Sidon. Sur in Arabic.
Attacks on southern Lebanon are continuing despite a U.S. brokered ceasefire there. 6 people were killed across the country on Thursday. Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun has been holding meetings preparing for the next round of direct negotiations with Israel on June 22nd. The war between Hezbollah and Israel has now passed the 100-day mark. Let's go to Zaina Khodar in Beirut for us. Zaina, as a U.S.-Iran agreement looks near, it doesn't seem to be creating a space for de-escalation on the Lebanon front.
Yes, it is still not clear whether Lebanon is included in any potential deal between the United States and Iran.
Well, I mean, Iran insists that we are part of the deal. You know what I'm saying? But, like, it doesn't feel like we're part of the deal when, you know, we're getting fucking slammed every day and 6 people just got killed in Tyre and, you know, and they're taking over more and more of the country. They're occupying more and more of the country. They're bombing our national heritage sites. Like, what the fuck is going on here? You know? But again, it's never going to end because Netanyahu does not want it to end. He needs to be at war with someone at all times. So if things are calming down in Iran, guess what? Oops! Lebanon's a threat.
Iran has repeatedly insisted since the start of this conflict in early March that the Iranian and Lebanese fronts cannot be separated and that there needs to be a full ceasefire, a full cessation of hostilities in Lebanon as part of any regional deal. Now, Lebanon's government...
Sounds great. You know, Iran keeps saying it again. Sounds great, y'all. But the reality on the ground is we are being fucked. Okay, Lebanon is paying the heaviest toll right now. No one will pay a toll as heavy as the Palestinians and as much as Gaza. But right now, currently in the Iran, Lebanon, Israel triangle, nahna, we're the receiving end.
Lebanon's president, they have repeatedly insisted that the country is not part of those U.S. and Iranian negotiations. In the words of Lebanon's president, Joseph Aoun, hello?
We're here.
Yes, we can hear you, Zaina. Go ahead.
Please go ahead. Why is she saying hello?
In the words of Lebanon's president, Joseph Aoun, hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Zaina. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. The Lebanon's president, Joseph Aoun, has repeatedly said that Iran does not speak on behalf of Lebanon.
Hello? Hello?
So in many ways, for the Lebanese government, for Lebanese Aoun to stress that he's going to proceed with the diplomatic track, a very controversial diplomatic track.
Like, is she expecting the lady to be like, yes, there's like a fucking 6-second delay, lady. She's just waiting for you to get your piece done. Finish your piece, lady, then pass it over to me.
Direct negotiations with Israel. This is seen really a struggle for sovereignty in Lebanon on who wields influence in this country. Again, Lebanon finds itself as an arena for regional and international powers vying for influence. Now, the president has been holding talks with the delegation who's going to be holding political discussions in Washington. He also held talks with the Lebanese army commander because on the 22nd of June in Washington, there's going to be political and security discussions with Israel, but the two sides are still very much far apart on their positions. Lebanon wants a clear commitment from Israel that it is going to withdraw from the country. At least that's the position of the Speaker of Parliament and Hezbollah. But we heard from Israel's public broadcaster say that Israel is going to demand from Lebanon to take action against Hezbollah outside the so-called security zone before they can even discuss the possibility of Israel withdrawing. So a lot of sticking points.
Oh my God, what do they want to do?
Two sides are still very much far apart on their positions. Lebanon wants a clear commitment from Israel that it is going to withdraw from the country. At least that's the position of the Speaker of Parliament and Hezbollah. But we heard from Israel's public broadcaster say that Israel is going to demand from Lebanon to take action against Hezbollah outside the so-called security zone before they can even discuss the possibility of Israel withdrawing. So a lot of
They're just fucking horny for civil war. Again, they want to force the Lebanese government, they want to force the Lebanese military to face off against Hezbollah, Lebanon's only resistance, the only reason why the South was ever liberated, our only defense against Israel, because our military is incapable of defending us against Israel. They want the Lebanese government to fight and take on Hezbollah before the Israelis can even consider leaving our country. So this is a permanent fucking occupation. This is a perma-occupation. They're giving us an impossible choice. Either civil war or Israel bombs us. Civil war and civil tensions or Israel bombs us. That's the choice we have right now as Lebanese. Weebs, 2828. Thank you so much for the $2 donation. Says, it's self-care. Take moments of peace when you can. I very much appreciate that, Weebs. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. And thank you for the super chat. We do have to try... This is what I've been trying to with the gaming channel. You know what I'm saying? At first, I had all these Lego sets and we waited like 2.5 months while the war was raging here and the ethnic cleansing was going on. I'm like, I don't want to build any Lego. It feels just weird. Then the ceasefire started and I was like, okay, maybe I got to, you know, post on the second channel at some point. And, you know, that's the thing with Lebanese people, people in this region in general. Dare I say even Israelis. You do adapt to living under conditions of war. You know what I mean? Like when Ela Klein was walking around Israel, she's like, look, the bars are full. I can tell you the same thing here in Lebanon. If you go to some places, bars are going to be full. There's nightlife. There's clubs. Even though 20 minutes down the road, people are getting bombed to shreds. It's such a fucking weird thing. It's a coping mechanism. For some people, they just don't give a fuck. For some people, it's a coping mechanism. And eventually, the country's got to move on, I guess. A lot of Lebanon's economy depends on going out, nightlife, restaurants, bars, clubs. Lebanon used to be the nightlife capital of the Middle East. I think Dubai at this point has like overtaken Lebanon, but now that Dubai's gone bombed, like, you know, Lebanon, Beirut has always been known for its clubbing scene. And there's always this every time this happens so much, there's always some kind of an issue, or we're getting bombed by Israel, or some kind of a tragedy. And this question always comes up in Lebanon: when is it okay for people to do X? When is it okay for people to celebrate or to do this or to do that? And yeah, a lot of it is your very own guilt management, personal guilt management, and trying to, like, I try to tell myself I'm trying to do my best, you know, to raise awareness, to help people. We raised a whole bunch of money. We did this, we did that. So do I deserve a break? But it's like, what am I ultimately, like, you know? No one should have to even think of this. Everyone should be living in peace. Everyone should be worried about, you know, little minor things in life. No one should have to worry about, is it wrong of me to be at the beach right now? But that's the situation we're in. But I appreciate you and the kind words, you know.
Sticking points. What Lebanon wants, a complete cessation of hostilities. Israel has so far not committed to that. You know, there are the Speaker of Parliament, Hezbollah, not agreeing to these so-called pilot zones where territories will be slowly handed over to the Lebanese army, and the Lebanese army also reluctant to take action against Hezbollah. So yes, there's a lot of diplomatic.
Yeah, Marcus Nelson says Israel is basically saying either start a civil war or we won't leave. Exactly what they're saying. Desiree Portrait says they want to go back to the 80s where all of Lebanon was occupied by them. For some reason, my chat froze for a second, so I'm just getting a lot of these chats right now. Happy Friday, Shadi.
You know, there are the Speaker of Parliament, Hezbollah, not agreeing to these so-called pilot zones where territories will be slowly handed over to the Lebanese army, and the Lebanese army also reluctant to take action against Hezbollah. So yes, there's a lot of diplomatic activity, but still no common ground. All the while, Israel continues to target southern Lebanon while its ground troops broadening their operations.
Zaina, thank you for that. That's Al Jazeera's Zaina Khader reporting from Beirut.
We're still in the shit. We're deep in the shitter. Jumping wildly to something else. You guys know we've been talking about popcorn buckets a little bit here, right? Popcorn buckets. Actually, did I show you guys the last one? I talked about it on my other channel. Last time we talked about the Supergirl popcorn bucket. And the Disclosure Day popcorn bucket, which had like the deer and the bird on top of it. There's the Odyssey popcorn bucket. Did I show you guys this thing? They're making us eat out of animals now, man. Look at that. We're now eating out of a horse.
Did you ever hear?
Oh, there's popcorn in that Trojan horse. You can't fool me twice. But anyway, so the popcorn buckets are getting weird. But now this is something even weirder than popcorn buckets. Forget eating popcorn out of a weird device. How about funeral caskets? Would you like a themed funeral casket representing your favorite intellectual property? Do you want to be buried like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle? Folks, I swear, when I saw this, I thought this was discussing fish. But it's discussing film, folks. This is the first look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themed funeral caskets, folks. You got one for Leonardo. The blue one. Hey, Leonardo. She likes me for me. Not because I look like Robert Redford. Or Tyson Bedford with the charm of Robert Redford. What she sees is my faults and indecisions. Millennials rise up. I fucking hate saying the term millennials. Millennials rise up. Millennials are cringe. Unfortunately, my generation has done a lot of cringy things. So Leonardo. We got Donatello. Michelangelo. And Raphael. Sophia Loves Monkey says, I guess the idea is to use them for children. I know that's the assumption. And I mean, look, I'm trying to make fun of this, but like, this is kind of sweet. This is kind of cute. It's a little bit morbid at the same time to think about this. Like, I remember there was this big controversy of like a dad wanting to put Spider-Man on their child's headstone, and Marvel denied it because like, we only want to associate Spider-Man with happy things and happy thoughts. So no, sir, you cannot have Spider-Man on your child's headstone. Like, that shit's happened in the past. Like, you got companies are very precious about their intellectual property and what they wanted or don't want it associated with. So the fact that this got green lit in the first place, like, that's kind of crazy. But they look kind of nice though. There's a crypto bucket from KFC. Are we eating chicken out of a dog's mouth now? Honestly, I'd get the purple one. I'd get this one or the Leonardo. I always used to, when my cousins and I used to play Ninja Turtles, I used to take on the role of Leonardo because I was the oldest one, so obviously I was the responsible leader. My little cousin was Michelangelo, and my other cousin, who was younger than me but older than my other cousin, was Raphael. And then we would make my sister Donatello if ever she wanted to entertain. She was older than us. She didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But like, none of us wanted to be Donatello, so my sister got to be Donatello. I was Leonardo, so out of loyalty to my boy, I would probably get this one. But this one's kind of nice too. What's my favorite color? My favorite color has changed over the years. I don't know anymore. You know? I don't know what my favorite color is anymore. What my favorite color used to be some kind of green. Now I would say right now, dark green. Like dark... is it like emerald green, like forest green? You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite color for the past like 2 years, I would say. It's not here. Let me try to see. Like this kind of green now. This. I bought a pair of boots in that color. My whole wardrobe would be this color right now. That's my color. And my faults and indecisions, my insecure conditions, and the tears upon the pillow that I shed. So I don't cry at night, folks. I don't shed no tears on no pillows. She don't care about my big screen. Anyways, that's interesting, right? Let me find that Spider-Man headstone story. Yeah, that's the one. Y'all remember when Disney denied a grieving father to put Spider-Man on his son's grave? Is the article here? What the fuck? She don't care that I can fly her. Oh, so they offered him a personalized hand-drawn frame from the movie as a compromise, which I think isn't bad as just outright saying no. Still a shitty situation, though. Haley says, y'all lack too many of them damn colors, you queers, you devils. Wait, the person says Goodbye, devils, or goodbye, you devils? What did it say? You devils? Goodbye, you devils. R.I.P. By the way, little angel right here. An MP is taking on Disney after a grieving family were told they could not use an image of Spider-Man on their son's gravestone. Ollie Jones died days before Christmas from a rare genetic condition. R.I.P. little Ollie Jones. His dad, Lloyd, wrote to Marvel and Disney in a bid to be allowed to give his son a unique headstone with an image of his favorite superhero. However, Disney refused the request to preserve the innocence and magic of its characters. What's more innocent than a little child called Ollie Jones who loves your character so much? Like, isn't that the whole point? Helen Whiteley, MP for Faversham and Mid-Kent, has now written to Disney to appeal for the company to show some compassion. She said, Disney is all about realizing children's dreams, and this is something they could do for a child in their family. There are images of Disney characters all over the place. There are lots of things that feature Spider-Man, so why not a gravestone? I mean, guys, yeah, there's shit on the internet of Spider-Man doing some unforgivable things. So Spider-Man being on top of a gravestone is the least of anyone's issues. I'm doing what I can to help. They clearly have a huge amount of support. A petition set up in support of the family's request has amassed more than 120,000 signatures. Mr. Jones from Maidstone added, it's upsetting. He was into Spider-Man. I can't get him anything else now that he has gone. It would have been a nice little last present I could have got him. That's so sad. A representative from Disney said the decision has been made as a result of a policy that started with Walt Disney himself, which does not permit the use of characters on headstones. Disney has since told the Jones family to provide them with a hand-inked, personalized commemorative cell for Ollie, who died from leukodystrophy. Sad little story. But yeah, I'd get the blue one, I think. Blue, this one's kind of dope. Or the purple. Orange, that's too loud for me. This one looks like a regular headstone. Kind of. It looks like a regular casket. This one's kind of special. This in purple. Anyways. Speaking of movies, Martin Scorsese has joined a generative AI startup as a partner and advisor. Let me read that again. Martin Scorsese has joined a generative AI startup as a partner and advisor. He adds that he has used AI during pre-production to help with storyboarding. With this tool, I can share what I'm visualizing more clearly and efficiently to my creative team, the production designer, art designer, and cinematographer. Now, the source is the New York Times. We cannot read this because it's paywalled. Quickly, Hollywood, you said the thing about it. Oh, did anyone have time to screenshot this? I ain't paying for this. But yeah, Martin Scorsese says that he is using and embracing AI. So when Martin Scorsese, the GOAT, you know it's fucked. You know it's over. And so, but like also, obviously, the Art Directors Guild has come out to scold Martin Scorsese for promoting AI. Let's see what they said. The Art Directors Guild released a scathing statement on Tuesday on X accusing director Martin Scorsese of betraying the nature of cinema by promoting the use of artificial intelligence. Black Forest Labs announced that the legendary director became an advisor and he has embraced the use of AI in filmmaking, something the Entertainment Union took a hard stand against. Mr. Scorsese, the business is not in flux, their statement began. They dragged him by writing, Oscar-winning director Martin Scorsese is turning his back on the human artists who, throughout his career, have helped him create his most memorable works. Ooh, let's read the whole thing. Okay. The Art Directors Guild, IATSE Local 800, has issued a statement on Martin Scorsese's recent promotion of generative artificial intelligence. Mr. Scorsese, the business is not in flux. I'm guessing he says that in the article. Let's read the whole thing, shall we? Mr. Scorsese, the business is not in flux. Oscar-winning director Martin Scorsese is turning his back on the human artists who, throughout his career, have helped him create his most memorable works. In the recently released Black Forest Labs video promoting their generative AI product Flux, Mr. Scorsese asks the question, how do you communicate what you see in your head to your cast and crew? He claims the solution is the use of this generative AI program to do the jobs that are rightfully the jurisdiction of Art Directors Guild Local 800, artists and designers, human artists and designers who have been successfully collaborating with directors to visualize their films for decades. Mr. Scorsese's promotion of a generative AI product circumvents the input of Art Directors Guild Local 800 art directors, graphic artists, illustrators, production designers, scenic artists, set designers, and other talented union professionals. That's a lot of people, and that is fucked up. Again, honestly, to me, AI just fucked the whole movie making thing. There's going to be people that make movies completely without AI, without this, but like, khalas, once you introduce such a fucking juicy, attractive, like, shortcut to people, like, you don't have to spend, dude, you could fucking make a movie with a prompt. Like, are you shitting me? Like, people are like, don't worry, people still want stories made by humans. Like, yeah, dude, no one gives a shit. Maybe consumers want that, but like companies right now, every ad in Lebanon is made with fucking AI now. Everything is made with AI. People couldn't wait to fucking use that stuff. That's it. Anyway, I got people that I follow on Instagram dropping AI slop every fucking day, stupid fucking music videos and just stupid skits. I'm like, I can't fucking take it. And they get so much engagement. They get so many shares, so many comments, you know, like no one gives a shit. They're like, oh, it's like, that's it, you know, no one cares anymore. No one gives a shit. That's the sad part. We might give a shit, but most people don't give a fuck. Generative AI is only capable of producing this type of cinematic intelligence by ingesting large swaths of copyrighted work, likely scraped from the internet without consent, credit, compensation, or transparency. The skills of Art Directors Guild Local 800 artists and designers bring the highest level of value to any film or television production. To think that professional contributions can be mimicked or outshone by generative AI, which is built on work likely stolen from them and many other artists from around the world, is a betrayal of the collaborative nature of cinema. Now, yeah, this is what I want to talk about as well, right? So many people talk about, like, well, I mean, AI is not that bad. Like, I mean, there's always been advancements in technology. Just look at, you know, editing on a program like Avid versus, or like, you know, digital editing versus editing back in the day when you had to edit film and you had to cut the film and stick film reels together with glue. Once you started editing on a computer, that changed the whole industry. Visual effects used to be made with, you know, stop motion animation. You used to have these amazing model designers making these beautiful models and maquettes, which you would painstakingly animate one frame by one frame, moving the maquettes, and then CGI came in. Boom, a whole industry fell by the wayside, and people were making visual effects, and they were making dinosaurs on computers for Jurassic Park. Literally, they were going to start making Jurassic Park in stop motion. They had hired the guy, Phil Tippett, a legend of stop motion. Like, a couple months into pre-production, they were like, yo, we're going to do this on the computer. We don't need you anymore, man. And then the guy learned how to start making shit on the computer. He's still the king of Haida. Anyways, the point is, this has happened in the past, right? You know, factories, car factories. People used to make cars by hand. Now, all done in factories. So everything is automated. So this has happened. But the difference is, I think the major difference when it comes to AI is that, yes, okay, this is an advancement in technology that is a tool that can be used to speed up a couple of things. And sure, like in years past, some industries are going to disappear. Some jobs are going to disappear because technology came. Like, for example, our phones, right? This does 100 fucking things. You used to buy a calculator. You used to buy a camera. You used to buy a notepad. You used to buy a pen. You used to buy a TV. You used to buy a laptop. You used to buy, now you just buy your phone. You know, calculator companies, no, who needs them? Camera companies are struggling to stay relevant because everybody's got a camera on their phone. Like, you know what I'm trying to say, right? But the difference is that AI only exists because it stole. The only way AI can exist is by stealing our collective work, our collective struggle for hundreds of fucking years, ingesting it, endless data that we never consented to sharing. That we never consented to training AI models. We never knew that everything, every piece of art, every word we wrote, every story, every book, every movie we made, every video was being used to train some kind of model that was only designed to replace us. And the whole selling point of AI is that it's going to cut costs. It's going to replace people. It's going to do everything. It's going to automate everything. That's why every single, you know, Fortune 500 company and all CEOs and the stock market, everyone's fucking horny on AI because it's going to make them money. And it's like, so like, no, AI is not the same as like the Industrial Revolution. AI is very different than like a simple tool. Like the way AI came to exist is so unethical. It's so fucking wrong. It's such a crime against humanity, honestly. So Like, no, you shouldn't be fucking encouraging AI. You shouldn't be doing that. Again, the only reason you have AI is because it stole. Oh, wait, my chat is disconnected. 1 second, folks. All right, we're back. The only reason you can do this, Martin Scorsese, the only reason you have a useful AI tool that can help you in pre-production is because it stole the work of so many fucking movie producers and set designers and artists and art directors and scriptwriters, etc., 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 man. So, like, this is set... When a douche like Gareth Edwards, who used footage of the Beirut blast in his movie trailer, says something like this, I don't give a shit, okay? I don't bat an eye. But when someone like Martin Scorsese, someone we all look to, or the industry looks to for guidance and, you know, a source of knowledge and wisdom in movies. He's the GOAT, you know, cinema. You know the meme? Cinema on Twitter. It's disappointing to hear, but not unexpected. And honestly, film and TV will never be the same again. And this generation, like millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I think will be the last few, maybe the one generation younger than Gen Alpha, will be the last generations to really appreciate and care whether something was made by human hands and art was made by humans. Then it's going to be niche communities, and everyone's just going to, you know, everyone's going to support all that bullshit. So did I miss something here really quickly? Because I've been having some chat issues. No, we seem to be okay. Also, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson jumped in on the fun. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, look at that. Dwayne Johnson on AI. I've always been an advocate for embracing big change. After taking a hard look at it, we can either stick our heads in the sand and be afraid, or we can say, okay, we're here. Let's see. Let's explore. I love it that all these rich fuckers, all these multi-millionaires that made their careers, that built their careers on the backs of artists, on the backs of art directors and producers and writers, people, you know, people sometimes getting paid the IATSE minimum, fucking everything. And now that they're multi-millionaires, this motherfucker, you know what I mean, one of the richest men in Hollywood, now that they've made it, now they can step on the little guy. Well, now let's explore AI. It's here. We're not going to stick our heads. This sounds like the shit that Reese Witherspoon says. So it's kind of insane. And again, this sounds so like he's definitely sounds like he's either some kind of investor in some AI company, or like, you know what I'm saying? All this fucking talk. But I've hated. I hate it all. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's just like, it's kind of like also, it just reminds me of Ethan Klein, who made his career on reacting to content, right? Then, once he's rich, once he's made it, he wants to sue everyone for reacting to content. He wants to change the whole legal system and create a precedent that would stop people from being able to freely react to content. It reminds me of these fucking douchebags. Now that I've made it, now that I'm a multimillionaire and I'm investing in AI companies that are going to ruin your careers and ruin the industry, let me tell you why it's so great and we should all embrace it. Like, are you shitting me? Fuck off. F-Wish? No, not yet. Haven't missed it. So, Anthony, has your viewer count been affected since starting the streams earlier? I don't think so. Now, today I didn't start as early as normally. I've been trying to start at 5 or 5:30 p.m. View count has not been affected, but I also think that it's too early to judge because there's been a lot of juicy topics the last week. Denim's winning, iDubbbz getting sued. So these topics are getting viewers, I think, regardless of the time. But I think different people are watching earlier that are unable to watch later, and people that used to watch later are maybe unable to, but now they'll watch the replay. It's a balancing act. But I'm gonna be aiming to stream earlier throughout the week. But sometimes I'll still be streaming a little bit late. But the plan is to stream a bit earlier so that I can enjoy my own evenings, because I've not had any evenings. Hee-ha-ho sends a very generous €5 donor. Thank you so much, Hee-ha-ho. Says, some days I really wish that we as a society start to see AI as Hindenburg of our times and collectively stop using it. I know, but it's never going to happen, unfortunately. It's never going to happen. Corporations, people are more than happy. At least things like ChatGPT are already like essential parts of so many people's lives. They're never going to let it go. But I would love nothing more than to just go back in time, just pre-AI. the first thing you think now when you see a clip or a video on Twitter or something like that is like, is this real or is it AI? I hate having to think that. Constantly having to question your reality. It sucks. Brittany Simon, W's in the chat for Brittany Simon, folks. Brittany Simon is my Assyrian cousin is in the chat. Let's go. Ooh, Brittany Raid. Holy shit. Hello, everyone. Someone said it's my first time in the chat. Sorry, I can't keep up. Ooh, Redone Baron says, hello, I'm new to this. Redone Baron, we're all new to this. We're all figuring this out. Time to get to our main topic, folks. Let's stop talking about AI and The Rock and mediocre movies. Gwyneth Paltrow, you know, famous Hollywood actress, again, ex-wife of Chris Martin from Coldplay. Famously were in a relationship and then they consciously uncoupled is what they called it. It's a conscience uncoupling. It wasn't a breakup, folks. It wasn't a breakup. She is the founder of Goop, which is like a weird ass company that makes all sorts of weird products and like weird candles and just weird stuff. Okay, like crystals and candles and the candles that smelled like, was it like a vagina scented candle? I can't remember. It was weird. Anyways, Goop. And she's an actress, you know, she plays Tony Stark's, she's playing Pepper Potts. She plays Pepper Potts in the Iron Man movies, etc., etc. Well, she is now starring in a new campaign for Israel luxury housing development, 51 Park in Herzliya. 51 Park, let me look that up. Israel. Let's watch this ad, shall we? Which I hope we don't get copyrighted for this. This is fucking insane. How out of touch could you be? Who is her manager? Who's her promoter? Who's like, yeah, you know what? Gwyneth, this great opportunity just came up. You can be the face of this luxury condo complex in Israel. Everyone loves Israel right now. Like, while other actresses like Melissa Barrera are getting fired from movies for sticking up for Palestinians and for calling out Israel's genocide, you have this fucking coward, this multi-millionaire fucking Zionist piece of shit coward selling Palestinian land? Ya khirye? I'm sorry, I'm gonna fucking curse this fucking white devil. You white devil. The white devils, the blue-eyed devils, they come to our lands. Okay. Let's watch this shit.
Oh, not again. Who decided morning should be so early? Even my coffee needs a coffee.
I can already tell the music is going to be copyrighted. But her coffee needs a coffee. What did she say first? Where is she pretending to wake up? Like, what is this? Is this supposed to be New York? What is this place?
Oh, not again. Who decided morning should be so early?
Who decided morning should be so early? Maybe one of your Goop products can help you wake up in the morning and feel more refreshed.
Even my coffee needs a coffee.
Even my coffee needs a coffee. But coffee first.
Waking up for a morning run can be brutal. But it's a price I'm willing to pay.
Waking up for a morning run can be brutal, but it's a price I'm willing to pay. So the use of the word brutal here is very nice. You know what could be considered brutal? Israel's occupation of Palestine. You know what's brutal? Israel's genocide of Palestinians. You fucking out of touch piece of shit garbage human being. How much did they even pay you for this? Is she an investor? She's probably an investor in this fucking thing. She's probably an investor in this whole fucking thing, huh? Oh, look at that. I tried to check out the website for the 51 Park, Israel, and I've been blocked. Look at that. Based Lebanese internet not letting me access this Israeli fucking apartment complex. Let's fucking go. Thank you. You know what? I don't like censorship and stuff, but when the Lebanese government bans Israeli movies, or they don't ban Israel, they ban movies starring Israelis like Gal Gadot. When the government does that, that is fucking based. When they block me from seeing a fucking website like that, you know what? Based. I'll give that to you, government. I appreciate you. Marina sends a $2 super chat. Thanks so much, Marina. And says, don't love your job. Job your love. That right? I feel like she's gonna say that in a second.
Because once I hit the park, pure energy takes over. It's hard to explain.
Who's she saying hi to, by the way?
Takes over. It's hard to explain.
Hey, how's it going there? Hey, you killed some kids today? Hey, how's it going? Yitzi, shalom. What up, buddy? Long live the genocide. I'm gonna run inside real quick. Powder my nose. So, did they try to find someone that looks like Richard Gere? I look like Richard Gere, but I'm not Richard Gere.
There's a reason the world's most iconic buildings are by a park. 51 Park.
New York?
Herzliya. Israel.
51.
Oh. These are the kinds of commercials you see on airplanes when you're about to land to like another country. Like you're about to land in Turkey, and then they start pounding you with Turkish hotel commercials and Turkish restaurants and things you can do in Turkey. This is the kind of fucking ad you would get while you're about to land in Israel. Ugh. Sorry, you're about to land in Israel. Ugh. I can't. Okay, you're about to land, and this ad comes up.
One Park, שני מגדלי יוקרה בני 51 קומות, צמוד לפארק הרצליה. עכשיו.
Raimi Winter says blood on her hands, literally. Fucking literally blood on her hands, man. Genuinely.
תנאי השקה, כוכבית 3566.
51 Park, Herzliya. By Aviv Melisron.
Look, yeah, what? You know what? How cheap are you? Adesh Chisa. How much did they pay you to do this? Like, what's your soul worth, lady? What the fuck? Do you not see the news? You could be one of those out of touch white liberals, white Hollywood liberals. Like, Israel has the right to defend itself. You can say that. You know what? Be one of those freaks. Like, Israel has the right to defend herself. Whatever. Okay. You film a commercial for an apartment complex for a country that is committing a genocide, ethnic cleansing. Like now? Now? What the fuck is this? Now again, it's 2020, it's 2026. This is going to get a lot of backlash. It's already getting a lot of backlash. This isn't, 10 years ago. Israel is a global pariah. No one fucks with Israel. Republicans hate Israel. Democrats hate Israel. Everybody's holding hands in their hatred for Israel at this point. It is the most hated country in the world. Nothing they do, nothing they attempt will ever change that. By the way, is Israel qualified to the World Cup? I would love to know that. Are they in the World Cup? God, I would want to see those fucking matches and see people fucking throwing shit at them in the fucking stadium. But anyways, this is just infuriating. And again, this is all stolen Arab land. You have this white lady from America coming all the way to the Middle East, peddling these luxury apartments for other rich Americans, rich foreigners to just come buy land, come buy stolen land and live among these Arabs that you love killing. But we took a little part of their land, all these barbarian Arabs, all these disgusting brown Muslims and Arabs. We took a little our own part and we made it white. So don't worry, we're taking you to the white part of Arabia. You know what I mean? Why you guys don't want to go to Lebanon or Jordan or Syria or Egypt or any of those fucking dirty Arab countries. Just come to Israel. We have all the best parts of these Arab countries. Right? We stole their food, we stole their language, but we're all white. It's a bunch of us white people walking around. Isn't that better? You get the weather, you get the scenery, you get the beaches, you get the soil, you get the food, you get the vibe of an Arabian Middle Eastern country, but you get all the whites. You get all the benefits of whites all around. That is basically the gist of Israel, right? It's a Middle Eastern country for white people. Come on, whites. Come and feel safe. Did we tell you we have sex shops all around? They don't got dildos in Gaza. Right, Mr. Michael Rappaport? That's the point. You hate your culture in your own boring ass country? Come on over here. We stole a country. We stole one, fair and square. We took it. We're still kind of dealing with the locals. We're exterminating them bit by bit. Don't worry about that. Okay, just ignore. Look at this condo we just built. Look at these condos, luxury. Look, we got Gwyneth Paltrow. Don't ask too many questions. Look, it's Gwyneth.
Oh, not again.
Lydia Credi says Gwyneth Paltrow is Jewish. Cool, but later there's no excuse for her to be a Zionist piece of shit, you know?
Who decided morning should be so early? Even my coffee needs a coffee. Waking up for a morning run can be brutal.
You know what else is brutal? Genocide.
But it's a price I'm willing to pay. Because once I hit the park...
Dude, these people need to be shamed. I don't know how to shame this person. Like, if I tweet at her, like, hey, Gwyneth Paltrow, go fuck yourself, can I do that? Let me do that. Let me do that. Fuck you, Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwen Stefani? No, why? Does she have two ends? Oh, Gwyneth. Lol. There we go. I feel better. Kate from Canada says, I want to hear your thoughts on Steven Spielberg. What has Steven Spielberg said about Israel? I know that he had donated money to like something like the Friends of the IDF for like back in the day, a long time ago, right? I'm sure he's pro-Israel. I try not to think about it, you know? I used to love Steven Spielberg movies, you know? Makes me sad. Let's watch this news report. Gwyneth Paltrow faces backlash over Israel real estate ad. And Kate, thank you so much for the dono, by the way. That's way too kind.
Well, she's the Oscar-winning actress turned celebrity candle spruiker.
But Gwyneth Paltrow is facing a backlash now after becoming the face of a luxury real estate project in Israel.
Don't forget, Leonardo DiCaprio is also an investor in a luxury like hotel in Tel Aviv or something. So don't forget that motherfucker. Maybe it's this project.
Outrage. Social media critics are even coining a new term. They're saying it's Gwynocide. Here's Brianna Parkins.
Oh, not again.
Gwyneth Paltrow is no stranger to selling controversial products. From candles...
I smelled something and I said... as a joke.
...to jade eggs that go, you know what, you don't want to know. Now...
There's a reason the world's most iconic buildings are by a park.
Fouish says Steven Spielberg donated money to Israel during the 2006 war against Lebanon. Yeah, there you go.
Hollywood actress turned celebrity spruiker is under fire for fronting ads for luxury real estate in...
Herzliya, Israel.
Oh, she looks so stupid when she says that. That stupid smile on her face. Herzliya, Israel.
Fronting ads for luxury real estate in...
Herzliya, Israel.
Can you imagine Gwyneth Paltrow actually living in Israel, dude? She'd be fucking terrified to spend an afternoon there, dude. Never knowing when she's gonna get a rocket either from Hezbollah or Iran. Like, oh, even though no one gets hurt, they have bomb shelters, everything. It's all fine and dandy and safe. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't be caught dead in Israel, man.
What is going on with Gwyneth Paltrow right now?
I have always been a Gwyneth Paltrow hater, but now I am actively preying on her downfall. Congrats, Gwyneth. You're now the face of a luxury real estate project while Palestinians are being killed, displaced, and starved.
Acting shocked that Gwyneth Paltrow is in fact a horrible person after she did that Israeli real estate ad. The lady was selling you a coochie candle for $75 a couple years ago.
There'll be a small group of people who have a very loud opinion, but Gwyneth will take that to the bank in the form of millions of bucks.
If you take the money, there's going to be fallout. That's the society in which we're living today. It's not right or wrong. That's 2026.
But like, dude, how much money does she need? Like, that's the thing. Like, she genuinely, she's doing this for the love of the game. She's fucking rich as shit, dude. Movies, Goop, whatever, all that shit. She's got money. She's got tons of money. So she genuinely loves Israel. Like, she was like, yeah, I fucking love Israel. Of course I'll do this. Herzliya, Israel.
In a hyper-online age where celebrities are criticised for being out of touch...
Well, I lost half a day of skiing.
And when the hashtag Gwynocide is trending, is the outrage worth the payday?
She's made that decision and she's come out and publicly supported a rich development in Israel, right? That doesn't mean that she doesn't care about human beings, full stop.
Come on, man. What? Oh, by the way, fun little announcement. If you guys tune in to Better Left Unsaid this Sunday, we might have a special returning guest by the name of Froggy Tonic. You know, there's a lot of lawsuit stuff to talk about, and we figured it would not be the same without Mr. Froggy Tonic joining us. So, if you guys enjoyed Froggy Tonic's last appearance on the podcast, I guarantee you will enjoy his appearance this Sunday. So, tune in to Better Left Unsaid. It's going to be Froggy Tonic, myself, Comrade Casey, and our boy James together.
Regardless, judgments are made.
That is really hard.
She's not the first to draw the internet's fury for cashing in on deals with countries in human rights hot water.
Talk about ethics, that's people's perception.
From the Saudi sports washing accusations plaguing Live Golf to comedians heckled over appearing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
From the folks that brought you 9/11, 2 weeks of laughter in the desert. Don't miss it.
The Sarah Saru firm says, imagine you can't go home to your land, but some white bee can sell it for you. I know, right? Palestinians cannot go walk around their homeland. They can't see their parents' house, their grandparents' house. But Gwyneth Paltrow can fucking sell real estate in Israel. Herzliya, Israel. Hey! You want some schmear with that?
But does it matter?
Back in the day, if you sold out, you're seen as kind of inauthentic in some way. Those days have long gone. Everyone's got their side hustle. Everyone's trying to make a buck. Celebrity endorsements are kind of looked upon positively.
Even if it's cringy. Or you're caught out smoking ciggies while selling a product to quit.
The person doing the sponsorship deal may still win with their bank account going up. The brand may still win by increased awareness. Consumers might win by having something to grumble about for a day or two.
And there we go, guys. It's time for me to get in bed. This has been fun.
No. Like, now I genuinely want to see this lady's, like, career suicide, like, downfall. Like, I do not want this lady to be in any more movies. I want anywhere she goes in public to be pointed at and called, like, a Zionist, collaborator. Like, that's it. It's over. Genuinely. Like, to put out a random tweet like, I support Israel's right to defend itself, or I support, or making like some kind of two-sided thing, or like, you know what, I support all lives. It's like, okay, we understand what you're trying to do. Just get to the side and shut up. But actively filming a commercial for luxury real estate in Israel, I'm sorry, like, that is next level devil shit. Like, no, ma'am. We're not doing this. We are not fucking doing this. And this came out like a couple of days ago. Gwyneth Paltrow says her husband is a progressive and that he wants to make sure everybody is looked after. Paltrow says that she's pretty centrist and adds that her husband thinks I'm a Republican. She says she's not a Republican, but an independent, and that she doesn't feel anything right now.
I mean, I don't feel anything right now. I notice with my own husband, too, who's the best person ever in the world. He's so progressive. Like, he has such a...
Wait, sorry, let's go back. Couldn't see.
I notice with my own husband, too, who's the best person ever in the world. He's so progressive. Like,
I promise you, your husband is not progressive and he's not the best person in the world. Guess how I know that? He's married to a woman who just filmed an ad for luxury condos in Israel. Your husband's a piece of shit. He's not a fucking... He's a fake fucking progressive, okay? You're both pieces of shit. Just let me tell you that. If your husband was a real progressive, he would have fucking left you as soon as he fucking saw that ad. He would have given you the... He's like, oh, you do what? Ad for Israel? I don't know what he sounds like. Oh, fuck you, Gwyneth. That's what I would do if I were your progressive husband. Are you shitting me? Bat Pierogies, folks, has just gifted a membership, and it went to Desiree Portraits. Let's go, Bat Pierogies. Thank you so much, sir. We love and appreciate you. And Desiree, congratulations. Thank you so much. Yeah, fuck you and your husband, Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm sorry, your husband's a piece of shit.
I notice with my own husband, too, who's the best person ever in the world. He's so progressive. Like, he has such a...
He's so progressive that he married me, an Israel lover.
Sweetheart, and he wants to, like, make sure everybody's looked after.
Except Palestinians, huh? Folks, a shout out for Harley, beloved Harley in the chat. Says 148 watching, but only 62 likes. Let's pump those numbers, folks. Let's go. Let's goose up the numbers. Juice it up. Let's go.
I'm pretty centrist, and my husband thinks I'm a Republican.
Okay, first of all, some corrections. You're not a centrist. You're a Republican, or whatever. You're a devil. You just filmed an ad for Israeli apartments. You're a devil. And your husband is not a progressive. Your husband is a centrist. Your husband is a centrist and you're a Republican. That's the situation. My husband's a progressive. He loves everybody. No. Okay? No. It's not how it works. Goddamn fucking shills. Israeli fucking shills. Are you shitting me?
Which I'm not a Republican. I mean, I don't feel anything right now, to be totally honest with you. I feel like I'm completely an. I noticed with my.
I'm an independent. That's great. Nola Magnolia has just also slammed us with another gifted membership. Holy shit, folks. We're at 13 new members today. Nola, thank you so much. That is so kind. And again, big shout out to Haley for starting the episode off, folks, with 10 gifted memberships. So incredibly kind. Y'all are way too sweet. I'm gonna update the numbers in just a second. This is insane. This is insane. But you would think that's as bad as it got, right? You'd think, Anthony, no way you're gonna find footage of a celebrity doing something worse than that. I mean, she just filmed an ad for luxury condos in Israel. And to be fair, what she did is worse than whoever we're gonna show you now. The person that we show you now has been a scumbag his whole fucking life. But not only was Gwyneth Paltrow slamming around some pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian stuff. You know? It wasn't just her. It was our boy Jerry Seinfeld. That's right. The one and only pedophile. Jerry Seinfeld, who was dating a 17-year-old when he was in his late 30s. He was asked to say Free Palestine after a Knicks game. Here's what he said as a response.
That's the older. Oh, Jerry Seinfeld. What up, Seinfeld? What up? Can we get a Free Palestine? Can we get a Free Palestine? Come on, give us one Free Palestine.
It doesn't exist.
Smiling, laughing. He says it doesn't exist. The things I'm thinking right now, folks.
You got all that? You got all that? You got all that?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
What the fuck is wrong with that dude, bro?
Oh my God, that was a fucking insane clip. Oh my God, that was an insane clip. Holy fuck, that was
a fucking golden clip, my guy. That was a golden clip, my guy.
Said it doesn't exist. Seinfeld. Insane clip. Yo, let's lock in, bro. Let's lock. We gotta get everything.
What's your chat? Your man's chat. Your mod.
Who?
Your mod.
Oh, hate them?
Hate them. Yo,
Yeah.
hate them. Better clip that shit right now.
Yeah. It was Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David. Yep, I should have asked Larry David. I should have asked his ass too.
Larry David was right there with him? Okay, no, Larry wasn't there. Larry is cool. Okay, Larry, from what I know, is cooler than Jerry Seinfeld. I don't think Larry David would say anything like this at all. Let's just watch. Look at the glee in this fucking devil's face.
That's the older.
Oh, Jerry Seinfeld.
What up, Seinfeld? What up? Can we get a Free Palestine? Can we get a Free Palestine? Come on, give us one Free Palestine.
It doesn't exist.
Can we get a Free Palestine?
Look at that. Listen to that laugh. Listen to that fucking laugh, by the way. This motherfucker, this fucking white guy just comes over to Israel, walks around, eats falafel and shit, thinks he's a local. يا أخو الشرموطة يا ابن الكلب يا ابن الكلب شو جاي لعنا على المنطقة يا إيركس أمك بيعيري يا أخو الشرموطة.
Can we get a Free Palestine? Come on, give us one Free Palestine.
It doesn't exist.
Like, that is pure evil. That is pure evil right there. That is pure evil. I wish this man nothing but the worst in life. Absolutely nothing but the worst. Nothing but, like, big banana peel, slips on it, breaks his fucking face, breaks his teeth. The worst, the absolute worst I wish for that man. There's so many clips of him, by the way, saying nasty shit like that. There's so many fucking clips of Jerry Seinfeld. He was at a baseball game. Oh, look at that! Look at that one.
I don't care about Palestine. That's sad.
Look at this.
Can I get a selfie? Sure. Free Palestine. I don't care about Palestine. That's sad.
He could have said nothing. The guy was taking a selfie with him, just did that, said Free Palestine. Jerry could have stayed quiet and left and be like, fuck that guy or something. You had to tell the guy, I don't care about Palestine. devil, a piece of shit. Like in a normal world, this man wouldn't get any work. This man would be a pariah. He would be spat on, but he's still regarded as the great Jerry Seinfeld. And they talk about the great Jerry Seinfeld has said this, and the great Jerry Seinfeld is a piece of trash. He's a piece of garbage. He is less than garbage to me. He is less than garbage to me. If I see Jerry Seinfeld on the street, I'm gonna spit on him. I would spit in his vicinity. Genuinely, at this point. After what he said right now, like, to me, that's driving me crazy, bro. Crazy. And there's like more footage of him. There's like a footage of him celebrating the IDF at like a baseball game or something. Or a football game. Let me see if I can find that shit. Yeah, this one.
Let's go IDF. Yeah, he's on the Gaza border staying up late at night to watch. I got a video for him. Let's go Red. Let's go IDF.
Let's go IDF. بكس امك بعيرة يا اخو الشرموطة. عيرة بامك عيرة ببيك عيرة بسليلتك كلها بيت ساينفيلد كلها بتسوى عيرة يا اخو الشرموطة. مصمص يا عيرة كس امك بعيرة يا اخو الشرموطة يا شيطان. شيطان. جد شيطان. Devil, man. These people say like Shaitan al Kubra, America Shaitan. Like when they say America, the American devil, America the devil. Like now, I used to laugh when I was a kid. Like these people are crazy. They're making us Arabs look crazy. Now I understand every single one of those angry Arabs shaking his fist in front of a camera, in front of a CNN camera, being America Shaitan. Now I understand. I understand these people now. You know. I used to be like, don't make us look bad. You're making us look like scary Arabs. I understand why they're scary and angry. You would be too when you see a fucking devil like that. When you see a devil like that, while a genocide is happening, say something like this.
Can we get a free Palestine? Can we get a free Palestine? Come on, give us one free Palestine.
It doesn't exist.
لك امك بأيدي يا اخو الشرموطة. امك بيك يا قير. كس اختك. God, that just fucking pissed me off, guys. That just pissed me off. Okay, MoistCritical dropped another video we're saying. So we're done with Jerry Seinfeld. We got all his other videos here. Let me... Should I add his... I'll keep these here for later. His greatest hits, you know? James says he thinks he thinks the same thing about the age of consent, by the way. That it doesn't exist. That's great, you know what I mean? Alright, people are clowning on this fucker. Muscawo says Jerry's in a good mood because Mamdani let his girlfriend stay up past bedtime. Again, Jerry Seinfeld was dating a 17-year-old when he was like 34 or 39, something like that. Oh my god. Here's a video that I kind of wanted to see. This is an old video, a 3-minute clip from Ethan. What is this about? Moving on to Ethan Klein. Ethan's Addict says, this isn't about protecting his family. Ethan Klein told us what this is about 7 years ago. What happened to this Ethan Klein? So I'm guessing this is an old vintage clip of Ethan.
I have a natural aversion.
Talking about lawsuits.
I have a natural aversion to criticism specifically, which is something that I've been learning about myself through therapy, which was started recently. What have people been saying about me recently? Okay. That I'm a hypocrite, that I prioritize money over everything else, that I've thrown friends under the bus, that I'm ignorant and poorly informed and spread misinformation, that I'm arrogant, that I cannot handle criticism, and that I've used people, just to name a couple of the reoccurring themes. I'm sure there's so much more you could say about me. And let me just say this, okay, for the record, that I am guilty of all of those things. And I'm not going to quantify it or make excuses or anything. I've done those things. I'm guilty of those things, and this is something that I've been aware of myself over the last 2 years or so, is that I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place mentally, where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more holed up. People had me very high on a pedestal back then. I mean, people thought very highly of me, and there's no doubt that at the time, it definitely started to go to my head as well. And I'm pretty sure, you know, looking back, that I started to become more arrogant and overconfident, and on some probably deep, unconscious level, a feeling of almost infallibility, that I could take anything on. That when I had like this, and I really did. I mean, it's hard to come to terms with that and to confront that, because at the time you'll never rationally be like, oh, I'm out of control. I need to tone it down, right? And so because of this combination of like overconfidence and feeling like I could take everything on, it led me to make a lot of mistakes. And then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not really processing them in a healthy way. When I get...
So far, it reminds me of someone, you know? So different. Completely different human being, man. Completely different human being.
Criticized, I completely shut down. I have I'm learning now through therapy, which I've just started doing I've only been doing for like a month or two. But I have a psychological problem where for whatever reason that I don't want to get into, but the way I was raised is that when I'm criticized, I psychologically shut down. Mm-hmm. And so before I became like famous on the internet, I had a problem with criticism, but it was so much less amplified. But kind of like when you become famous, whatever, for lack of a better word, it amplifies certain aspects of yourself. And it definitely puts you through a gauntlet of sorts of kind of learning about yourself on an emotional level, and brings out all your flaws, amplifies everything. And so...
Today's Ethan would make fun of this Ethan. Just like he makes fun of iDubbbz when iDubbbz sits there and reflects about the person he is, how he's changing, where he's fucked up, how he's trying to improve, etc. Ethan looks at that now and laughs at that. Ethan would watch this and call who gay or something like that. I swear to God, that's what today's Ethan would do, watching old Ethan talk to his feelings, talk to his emotions, kind of process and admit that like, hey, I have a problem with criticism. Today's Ethan, his whole problem is criticism. He spends his time reading criticism.
That thing of not being able to handle criticism in my personal life was something that I could get by on my life and not really have any problems. But then when you have like hordes of people on the internet criticizing you, it can get so overwhelming that it actually can cause, for me, like a real psychological shutdown.
Haley D sends a very generous $5 dono. Thank you so much, Haley. Says, something that has helped me is reminding myself what other people think of me is none of my business. Maybe my responsibility, but none of my business. That's a great point, Haley. And that's what I think. That's what I try to think of myself as like a public figure or someone who's online. Like people are going to have opinions about me on Reddit, on Twitter, and the comments. I'm just not going to spend my time where people are going to express their feelings about me, both positively or negatively, because it might affect me negatively. People should be allowed to talk shit about a creator. People should be allowed to talk shit about someone online. I talk shit about other people online, right? So other people should have the right. If they want to aim their vitriol or their hatred or whatever towards me and they want to criticize me, go for it. I'm gonna, to protect myself, I'm not gonna spend any time there. Why do I want to make it awkward for people who want to talk shit about me? They should have the right to talk shit about me without me reading every message. Why are they saying this? I'm gonna be tempted to like respond to them or whatever. It's just all, and I've experienced it, right? Just a few months ago when the whole thing happened. So I just learned to give people the space to criticize you. It's normal for people to criticize you. I have put myself in a position where I'm online. People are going to criticize me. It comes with the territory. If I don't want to get criticized online, then get off the fucking internet. Go do something else. I'll go work retail. Whatever. But you put yourself in a public position. You have to accept that people are going to talk about you. They're going to criticize you. If you choose to engage with that criticism, and if you're not mentally prepared to engage with that criticism, it might drive you fucking crazy. You might get in a loop spiral. You might start spiraling and wanting to respond to every comment. Argue with people, argue with fans, make episodes going over all the negative comments. You sink deeper into your thing. Someone makes a video about you, you respond, and then you threaten to sue them, etc., etc., etc. Now he finds himself in this endless cycle of arguing with the trolls and giving the trolls legitimacy, and he's made them out to be this big boogeyman, and you know, dare I say we missed this Ethan Klein. By the way, this is Hasan, by the way. Moving on to Hasan. Weighing in on Ethan suing iDubbbz and not suing, Destiny. Hasan says, if you're wondering why these serial defamers never got... He's talking about Destiny, by the way, and Dan Saltman.
After doing this type of shit. Because, like, the thing is, I sent this to the editor, and I said this was incorrect.
So he's talking about Epstein and Dan Stockman. If you're wondering why these serial defamers never got sued by Ethan Klein, even though Epstein, not iDubbbz, is the one who initially claimed that Ethan molested his children and doubled down, it's because Dan Stockman, the one who realizes he lied to thousands of advertisers to trigger an apocalypse on Twitch, has been a financial sponsor of Ethan Klein's podcast, Redact Dev, and they all support Israel and cyberstalk and harass its prominent critics online. Dan has openly fielded Congress people to try and deplatform me for my pro-Palestine advocacy. Of course, there was never a peep from the YouTube commentary community. They mostly supported it as a terrorism support. I love that Hasan is coming out and just criticizing everyone else on YouTube for not talking about this. By the way, we got MoistCritical talking about this. We got Anthony Fantano out of the blue fucking dropping that epic video, talking about Denim's W against Ethan. Philip DeFranco, where are you, man? Got nothing to say about the iDubbbz lawsuit? Too afraid to get your hands dirty? Come on, don't be afraid of Ethan Klein. MoistCritical was already terrified of Ethan. He read his statement and all that sort of shit. Stop being pussies. I mean pussies, with affection, folks. Okay, so I have a clip. I have not a clip. I have the whole Hasan reaction to MoistCritical's comments. Someone said that MoistCritical just dropped another video. Let's see what MoistCritical dropped. Is he still talking about this? If MoistCritical is still talking about this, I can react to that. Would he talk about it again? Useless. 30 minutes?
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to be a pretty poisonous topic where the only winning move is not to play in regards to covering the H3 versus iDubbbz.
Oh, there we go. I guess we're reacting to this. And MoistCritical reaction. Actually, fuck it. Let's react, folks. Let's go.
Lawsuit. But sometimes you put your hand on the stove to see if it's still hot. And boy howdy is it ever. Like I've always said, I treat this channel like a diary. I just blabber about things that I feel like talking on, just sitting in my chair, kicking my little 5'6" petite leggies around, and just giving my thoughts from the old steel trap up here on it. And one topic I've always covered is creator lawsuits. So when I heard about the H3 vs. iDubbbz defamation case, I wanted to take a peek into it, sink my teeth in there and see what's going on, because that is a pretty wild thing to learn about. And learn about it I did like a little scholar. It was a new lawsuit. It was only public knowledge for like 24 hours, so I did as much research on it as I could and watched the iDubbbz stream that started, that is like the main catalyst.
By the way, I don't like iDubbbz. Did I make it clear? His stream was really bad, by the way, yeah? I'm on Team Ethan.
I watched the H3 stream where he explains his lawsuit, and I talked to both parties, iDubbbz and Ethan, to try and get the clearest, most complete picture of everything going on here, and then I just gave you my view on it from the old Floridian homunculus eyes. And I think I've always made it abundantly clear, you're always welcome to disagree with me. I've always kept that door wide open because I actually value differences of opinion. I hate echo chambers. I spit on that constantly. I actively shut down the idea that you have to agree with everything I say or else I hate you. You're tacky and I hate you. Throughout all my content, from the womb to the tomb, I have always...
Charlie, you don't make any content that people can disagree with. All your content is, look at this guy. He slipped with a hot dog in his hand. Like, come on, man. You cover things that everyone agrees with. There's no nuance in any of your videos. It really grinds my gears when people try to steal Pokemon cards from a okay, we get it. Yeah, Pokemon card stealing is bad. Like, come on, man. All of these scalpers stealing Pokemon cards, aren't they crazy? Yeah, we agree, man. No one's arguing that.
welcome discussion and people having a difference of opinion, because as I've always said, I think when you surround yourself with sycophants and you only lock yourself into one way of viewing things, you do yourself a disservice. I think it is a bad thing to just be constantly locked in a bubble. Now, the reason I mention that is because I made the mistake, I committed the old sin of taking a peek at what the discussion was around this video on, like, Reddit and Twitter, which something I haven't done in quite a few moons now. I was expecting, like, actual discussion because I'm new to this topic and I wanted to see, okay, well, what are some things that I didn't know about? What can I learn about here and dive deeper on? And there was some very valid critiques and some information that I could get my hands on and learn more about. But boy howdy, there was a lot of hoopla that I couldn't have even imagined would be like a controversial thing. And there were people that were proudly stating they didn't watch the video and then getting angry at things they assumed I might have said in it, or attacking me for things that I never said that aren't in the video because they didn't watch it, or they're replying to someone who's just actually making shit up that they're pulling out of their ass that I never said. So it just feels fucking useless to even engage in the topic in that case. Like, it's so odd. Like, one that I didn't expect was just me mentioning that I'm not online as much as I used to be was apparently, like, a highly debated topic.
The guy whose entire career is front-running whatever's going viral is saying that he doesn't know what's going on the internet. All right. I mean, obviously, we got to take his word for it, right? Let's see what videos he's been making. Lego. Watch Mojo got even more pathetic. Degenerate cringe. Lego vigilantes. Lego scandal keeps getting messy. But responds to the Lego scandal. Lego scandal.
I honestly made the exact same point that Mike from PA is making now. Like, come on, man. Your whole career is commenting on internet drama. His videos is literally like my Twitter page of everything that's trending on Twitter. It's what the shit he talks about. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Scandal is getting extremely dangerous and scary. Cringe officer embarrasses himself. Lego scandal keeps getting crazier.
The gist of it is, when I was talking about the defamation lawsuit, I also mentioned that Ethan has other active lawsuits against other creators, and I called him the Nintendo of YouTubers because he's become extremely litigious. But I didn't dive into those other lawsuits because I didn't know much about them. And that claim is apparently extremely hard to believe because everyone thinks and assumes that I am terminally online like I used to be 2 or 3 years ago. But when I said that's not the case, there are quite a few people that just don't believe me. Unfathomable moment, so it must be a lie. So here's a streamer debunking by going through my channel and noticing I've posted a lot of videos on Lego, for example, because of the big Lego scandal, which I think is a very interesting example to use off the point he's making about me front-running every viral story. Because with the Reckless Bin versus Bricks and Minifigs Lego scandal, I actually was getting called out for avoiding that and ignoring it because I was late to covering it. Reckless Bin dropped part 1 on May 21st, and I heard about it from Stream Chat, and then a friend sent it to me as well, and I made my video covering it on May 26th, 5 days later, but in that interim, people were saying I was avoiding the topic. I just find it fascinating how, if I cover something quickly or extensively, like in the case of the Lego scandal, that's a problem. I'm just front-running shit to capitalize off the virality of it. But if I am late to covering something, well, that means that I was avoiding it, and I must have known about it the whole time and had ulterior motives to avoid the topic out of cowardice, and I only talk about it when pressed. Feels like a lose-lose. If I'm too quick to something or too interested in something, so I make a lot of content on it, well, then I'm just there to front run it and capitalize off it being popular. But if I'm too slow to it, well, it means I was actually avoiding it the whole time, and when I do cover it, well, it's only because people pressured me. So where's the Goldilocks zone? I can't be too quick to something or too interested in it, because that's frowned upon, but I also can't be too slow to it or not cover it at all, because then that must mean that I knew about it the whole time. I'm damn near omniscient, I guess. I see everything, and thus...
He's like defending himself for 30 minutes? Is he adding anything new? Is he going to mention any of the new things that he discovered?
If I am slow to it or don't talk about it, then there was an ulterior motive and a deeper reason that's nefarious. So where is the Goldilocks zone? I personally don't see why it's so hard to believe that, considering in a lot of the stories I cover, they have already been covered by others, like Dolan Darkest, for example. Slop Live has beaten me to, like, every topic for the last year, basically. And the way I find out about a lot of the things I cover is through, like I said, friends sending it to me, or when I do stream, which isn't daily, I'm a semi-retired streamer, but when I do stream chat, putting things on my radar. And naturally, what people are probably going to be sending are the popular things, because that's what they've seen. So that's usually what I get sent. But it's not all the time either. Like on his stream, as he was scrolling around talking about how it's only like, you know, the big popular stuff, he passed multiple things that weren't. Like that video about not enough people think about this. That's about sand. It's literally just about sand and sand-related crimes, like the sand. To prove it to you, I mean, I guess, like, you can look at my Twitter page and see that I have 2 tweets in, like, the last 2 years.
So now he's proving that he's not online. Okay, I don't want to listen to this. What else is there?
YouTube, the 18 or 19 years on YouTube, I think I have made it beyond crystal clear how much I dislike this litigious approach to online discourse. And really just this excessive use of the legal system for strong-arming or silencing. Like, I have made, I don't know how many videos covering cases even outside of, like, the internet scope of, like, you know, sometimes the legal toilet paper flying back and forth, but, like, just in general. Like, the willy-nilly lawsuits that fly around from, like, corporations attempting to bully people, too. Like, I don't know why anyone would think for a second that I would be avoiding talking about that or agreeing with it. Why would I? I never have in the past, so why would I start now? You just don't like me, which is totally fine. I get it. Not everyone likes the old Florida peach, but you're just viewing it in bad faith and making that assumption.
My guy, if you hate lawsuits, wouldn't Ethan Klein suing 5 streamers be an interesting topic for you to talk about and actually defend them and say why you're against lawsuits and encourage your audience to defend those streamers that are being sued by Ethan Klein? If you actually hate lawsuits and you've made it so clear that you don't stand with lawsuits, why not mention them and highlight how fucked up they are when 5 of your peers are being fucking sued, man?
And it's incorrect. Because the truth is, and this shouldn't come as a shock to anyone, after learning more about those other lawsuits that Ethan is engaged in, like the fair use lawsuits and such, guess what? I don't agree with those either. Now, obviously, I don't know all the nitty-gritty around every single lawsuit. I've only
that's good.
just begun learning about all of these, but from everything I've seen from the lawsuits that he has actively going on, there's nothing in there that makes me think that this is like the right way of doing things, or that this is different from other times in the past where creators have sued each other over disputes. Now, clearly, I don't know all the nuance and intricacies of fair use law. Ethan would certainly know that better than I, and many others would. So maybe he has some strong cases here, and in one of the instances with one of these streamers, it did seem like they were just uninterrupted playing the video without even an attempt to transform it. So maybe that could be like a easy fair use win for Ethan. But I just don't think that's a win overall. Like, for as long as I've been on the internet, that kind of behavior has been frowned upon.
Did you watch the video? Did you watch the apology video he made that person film? Charlie? Did you see how he's treating these fucking people and trying to embarrass them, and the way he keeps talking about he wants them to grovel?
And I really think if the targets were different, if it wasn't streamers that a lot of people don't like, the response would be very different to these lawsuits. Right now, a lot of people celebrate them because they just hate the people that Ethan is suing. So they go yeehaw for it. But these individuals, like the streamers in particular for fair use, they are a fraction of the size of Ethan. So it's, to me, a hard case to make that he was genuinely, like, losing eyeballs because of them streaming it on their Twitch channel. And yeah, that is, like, a big asshole thing for them to do, but let's be real, it's not hurting you, it's just you don't like them, and they don't like you. So this was a way of being...
Why is it an asshole thing to react to someone's fucking video? Why is it an asshole thing to fucking... Why... What Denims did, how is that an asshole fucking thing, dude? Stop trying to sit on the fucking fence, dude. Stop fence sitting, Charlie. Can you criticize one thing without giving a disclaimer? It is fucked up. It's what the fuck, man? We're all just out here fucking reacting to videos and adding some context.
Able to get a big jab in there, and since a lot of the internet doesn't like them, they get to rally behind you as well, as opposed to start asking the question, why even bother? You already won, again, against that kind of behavior. The internet, from what I can tell, this is kind of post-mortem now since I'm super late to it, but from what I can tell, no one was really on the side of the streamers that were just blatantly streaming it without any kind of transformation or anything like that. So you already won. What's the point in continuing this further, paying big bucks to the lawyer just so you could also financially hurt them to further, you know, get them? It just, it seems like it's less about, you know, fighting a just cause for fair use and more about like, here's some more ammunition. The big one that I spent the most time looking into is the Denims case because it's the most recent and is being touted as a tentative loss for Ethan, which I don't know what a tentative loss really means because it's not an official loss. It's still an ongoing lawsuit here. But the judge had like a very seemingly stern view on it that even cited Ethan Klein's previous fair use victory against him in his suit against Denims. Ethan Klein, a while back, had a landmark achievement in the fight for fair use against good old bold guy Matt Haas, and that ruling was cited here. against him in this very.
He's trying to both sides it. He's trying to give all these disclaimers, but at the end of the day, he is disagreeing with Ethan. He's just trying to disagree with Ethan nicely, politely, because he doesn't want Ethan to fucking come after him. He's just afraid of Ethan or like any backlash from his audience. So right now, he is disagreeing with Ethan. So at the very least, he's saying the right thing. He is siding with iDubbbz. He is siding with Denims, but he's so scared of his audience that he can't do it without, but hey, iDubbbz sucks. What these streamers did is horrible. But so he just always has to add that in there, just, you know, for good measure.
Use lawsuit. So to me, that illustrates that maybe these lawsuits aren't coming from a genuine place of trying to enforce real fair use and are potentially just coming from a place of revenge. Now, I don't know the intricacies of everyone that's being sued and their relationship to Ethan and the snark community. I don't know, but from everything I've seen in these lawsuits, I just don't agree with going this extremely litigious path. There are very few lawsuits in this space that I think make sense. And like I said yesterday, the one that does is him going after the snarking community that allegedly did send a fraudulent CPS check to his house and human skulls, which apparently is taboo to even mention now for some reason. I got fucking dogpiled for bringing that up, but from everything I've seen, that did happen, right? Like, I didn't hallucinate that or anything.
My guy, he's not even suing them for the CPS call. Like, he doesn't even know who did the CPS call. And Child Protective Services said that the person that called knew Ethan. So we genuinely don't know. Could it have been a troll? Sure. Could it have been someone else that knows Ethan? Sure. That's what the CPS said. It's anonymous. He's suing Reddit because he wants to dox their names. He wants their identities revealed. He wants the people that participated in an H3 snark to basically become, you know, pariahs. And he wants to like embarrass them in front of their coworkers about, this is what you do online. Like just weird shit like that. And he's trying to say that they were trying to create a market substitute, etc. He's not suing them for CPS. He's not suing them for the skulls. That's what he's doing it for deep down. But legally, he's doing it because he claims that they were trying to create like a market substitute and they were colluding to ruin his podcast, to harm him financially.
So, like, that's a pretty fucking big deal. That's a pretty traumatizing thing. That is psychopath behavior. So, if the snarking community is responsible for that, then yeah, it makes sense to go that path because that is extremely unhinged. And that is something that should be pursued legally to stop that from ever happening again. But yeah, I honestly am very surprised how many people were so quick to jump to the conclusion that I was avoiding this and lying about not knowing about it and secretly championing for those lawsuits and that kind of thing. It's so upsetting because good faith is something that's just gone. It's completely flushed down the shitter. Anyone who would watch the video in good faith would be able to recognize, okay, maybe he is telling the truth and doesn't know about those lawsuits, which is why he hasn't included them there. I feel like that would be a normal thing to do, a courtesy to extend, considering I have always vocally advocated against this kind of extremely litigious path in all.
Except when one of the biggest creators on YouTube is suing 3 creators in very high-profile lawsuits. You never mention those. Shut the fuck up, dude. I mean, I've been a fan of Charlie's. I like some of his videos. He could be a funny guy. He could be an entertaining guy. He's a YouTube legend. He's been around forever. Like, I don't hate this guy. But it's just, like, disappointing because he could use his voice and his massive audience for so much more and to do so much good.
Online discourse and online communities. So why now is that no longer afforded the courtesy of, oh no, he definitely fell back on his principles. He doesn't believe in that anymore here. But I guess, to be honest, good faith is kind of viewed as weakness online. People are far more interested in scalp, far more interested in the spectacle and as much. And I approached it, I believe, in very good faith. He then goes on to explain what he's actually trying to accomplish by having that comment on his stream for so long as a watermark.
Also, I will say that I think
was a very poorly handled one that I think used a disgusting comment to try and illustrate his point, in that it was a very painful stream to sit through. Because I mentioned that, people are accusing me of both sidesing it. You were shitting on iDubbbz for most of the video, actually, which I don't know how you walk away with that impression. iDubbbz himself will also tell you that that was a bad stream, and he is regretful of it. He has publicly come out, apologized for it, and said that that was bad, and that it was too far. But me giving my perspective that, yeah, it was pretty torturous to sit through is apparently, you know, a big no-no. Now, I'm going to go ahead and repeat myself again before getting into the next stuff I want to talk about, because, again, a lot of the drama from this isn't even about my take on it. It's about clips of my take on it without even giving why I think that. So I want it really front and center so that there can be no confusion why I disagree with this defamation lawsuit. So to do that, let's take it from the top, from the start. What started this defamation lawsuit?
it's okay. So I do want to say I don't.
So now he's getting hate from the H3 community, it appears, right? As well.
Agree with what's being said in this comment here, but I'm putting it on screen because I think
we're not going to watch the whole thing.
It should be addressed because it's a big, bold accusation that's very fucked up.
That comment he is showing was not made by him. He then goes on to explain what he's actually trying to accomplish by having that comment on his stream for so long as a watermark.
Also, I will say that I think Ethan Klein is terrified of this guy. So it's just kind of like legit. It is to me, it's super funny that he has so much smoke for everyone that he thinks he can bully, but the person that he's fucking terrified, he just keeps very overtly running from. And it's like, yeah.
I think he made this point pretty dog shittily and used a very gross comment for it, which is what I said yesterday, and I still stand by that, and I said it to iDubbbz as well. The point that he is making by showing this comment on his stream is, look at what Destiny can say and get away with without Ethan's wrath, yet he has smoke for so many other people. Destiny has said something unthinkably heinous, and Ethan isn't going after him, he's going after other people.
It was just a joke. He was joking.
He must be afraid of him. That is his point with showing that. Ethan has gone on to say that this is significantly more malicious from iDubbbz than Destiny, because Destiny said it in passing and, he was just being a dickhead and disavowed it. But iDubbbz isn't saying it, and he even openly states without any guesswork, without any riddles, and without any sarcasm that he doesn't agree with it, that he doesn't believe it. He is not presenting it as true. But Ethan is saying it's more malicious because Ian, iDubbbz, did meet his family, meet his kids, and now he has that comment on his stream.
And again, we've learned that Canadian law, if you're friends with someone, it matters more. You can only sue friends in Canada. So I'd like to sue someone for defamation. Is he your friend? No, then we cannot take the case. Oh, actually, he is my friend. Then we will take your case exceptionally, sir.
I agree, that is filthy, and it is very low, which is why I'm saying it wasn't a good stream from iDubbbz. It just wasn't, and it's something he admits as well. But at no point in that stream that I sat through did iDubbbz ever try and make the argument that Destiny...
Adria Staley says, weird that he could find a Mike from PA clip to play and not the one where Hasan asks Ethan, who did CPS? And Ethan says, I don't know.
His comment reflects the truth or is real in any way. He openly says he doesn't agree with it. He is using it to make a point, and he doesn't do a great job of expressing that point super clearly. But what he does express clearly, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, is that he doesn't agree with the comment. So it just doesn't make sense to me why Ethan is super willing to say, like, that didn't mean anything coming from Destiny, but iDubbbz having it on his stream means malicious intent and that it's lending an air of credibility to it. I just disagree because he's never putting credibility.
Let's watch just the end. What does he say in the last 2 minutes? Then we'll jump over to see a bit of what Hasan had to say.
Can you at least be right about something that you're not liking me for? Just watch the video first. I just realized I have been yapping for almost 30 minutes, and I already know without even a semblance, not even an iota of doubt, that almost nobody is watching to this point. They've already formed their opinion even before clicking the video or within the first couple of minutes to start fighting on different points. There's no reason to keep going down there. Like, it does feel useless to even engage with a lot of online discourse. It does just feel useless because it doesn't even matter what the take is. People don't even really care about the take per se. It's just they already have an opinion of you, and no matter what, it's not changing.
Okay, so tonight, what's going to be happening actually on the H3 podcast is, y'all guessed it, folks. You guessed it. You guessed it. Ethan Klein will be responding to Charlie on the H3 show tonight. Is he going to be responding to yesterday's video? Is he going to be responding to today's video? But they're going to be responding. Now, tomorrow, I'm not going to be live streaming. I'm taking Saturday off. But Sunday, I'm doing at least one stream. That the at least being Better Left Unsaid at night with the boys. Might be doing some kind of gaming stream or Lego stream during the day. But I might try to sneak in a reaction to this. I want to see what Ethan's responses are to Charlie. So, we will be reacting to this, but not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day off. But Sunday, we back to work, boys. We back to work, folks. We back to work. Nola Magnolia says the title at first said they would be ranking announcements of dead presidents. Lol. It's not going to happen. Of course they're going to respond to MoistCritical. He's got some drama, finally. He's got someone new to add to the thumbnail. What have they been talking about lately anyways, other than, lawsuits? A lot of After Dark, huh? Lawsuits, addressing this. Leaked. No, still no denims. Still no denims. Okay. Okay, so that's going to be happening in an hour's time. Tizzy sends a very generous $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Tizzy. And says, I'm interested in the timeline on CPS versus the pedo troll stuff coming out. Everyone focuses on Giardia, but has he even stated what the CPS concerns were. I don't think so. They keep talking about the Giardia stuff, right? The pedo troll stuff happened after CPS. I think pedo troll happened after CPS, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it was on account of the house being dirty or something like that. That's what I understand. And Tizzy, thanks so much for the support. That means a lot. And if anyone has any clarification, but yeah, I think they heard that like the house was dirty or something, and people were getting sick. I think that was it. Let's go over to Hasan's channel real quick and try to see what he had to say about MoistCritical's first video.
Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't, because it has nothing to do with making sense and everything to do with the fact that Ethan wants to punish people who have criticized him in the past. That's it, because he's a thin-skinned, narcissistic, multimillionaire, paranoid as...
We'll watch a bit of this, and then once Demi gets here, we're gonna make some Asian salad, folks. We got some cabbage, some cucumbers, some carrots, some nice veggies. We're gonna chop them up, make a little soy sauce-based little dressing. We're gonna make some. We're gonna fry. I'm not gonna make fresh spring rolls, but we have some delicious vegetable spring rolls that we're gonna deep fry in some coconut oil. Okay, some coconut oil, a little bit healthier than that frying oil, seed oils, or plant or sunflower oil or all that shit. I have some leftover chicken fajita chicken that I might make a little tiny chicken fajita. As I wait, I'm hungry. Getting hungry.
I just heard about the H3 versus iDubbbz defamation lawsuit and spent the last 3 or so hours learning about it and getting into the nitty-gritty, figuring out all the bits and...
I mean, to be fair, his mistake was spending 3 hours learning about that stuff. I'm sorry. I mean, you don't need to spend as much time as we do covering it over here, but like, there's a lot of lore you've missed, Charlie. You missed a lot of lore. A lot of lore.
Pieces and getting all the morsels of information I could find to really put the nipple clamps on it and figure out what...
Oh boy, Jesus Christ. Oh boy, Hasan Abi save us? No, I mean, MoistCritical. Lol, who is this? This is the god of normies. Lol, Charlie, there's so much ass covering in this video because of you and others. Is
the god of normies.
Is that the case? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but MoistCritical has officially taken to the H3 versus iDubbbz lawsuit. Now, you guys already know some of the details. Ethan Klein, H3, former fair use precedent setting. Ethan Klein, former podcast co-host of mine, who's been on a tear, basically trying to wrap up all of the people that he feels he's been wronged by with frivolous lawsuits as a vexatious litigant, has done it again. He's done a whole video, or he has launched another lawsuit, this time against iDubbbz, former friend of Ethan Klein as well, because iDubbbz posted a state.
We're going to skip a little bit just as reaction.
It was actually launching these frivolous lawsuits.
We know all this background stuff. You guys are experts.
Other instances of litigation, but let's see what he had to say.
Hours learning about it and getting into the nitty-gritty, figuring out all the bits and pieces and getting all the morsels of information I could find to really put the clamps on it and figure out what all the hoopla is. And it is a real thing. The pugilistic legal paperwork has been filed against iDubbbz, so now they're gonna duke it out, not with knuckle sandwiches, but with extremely expensive litigation. Offer it before I even get into the spaghetti and meatballs of the actual story here. There is just something that pets my peeves. There is something that grinds my gears, greases my cheeks so much I can't resist yapping about it briefly. When I was in the trenches digging around for information about...
Why are we defending a man who does not defend you? I'm not in the business of transactional analysis. That would make me no better than others who I oppose. If he gives a fair shake, I haven't seen this yet. I don't know if he gives Ethan a fair shake here. I think it's virtually impossible for MoistCritical to take a position that isn't in opposition of this frivolous lawsuit, though, regardless of how much people despise iDubbbz on the internet, regardless of how much people despise myself and Morgan and all these other people on the internet.
I'm seeing people say that I refuse to cover these kind of things for a variety of different reasons. I'm ignoring it, this and that. I don't know how many more times I need to say this. I am just really not online that much these days. The only streams I watch are like the Summer Games Fest and like events like that, but I don't watch streams. I don't watch...
Fuege says Hasan and his terrible suits. I think his taste in suits is kind of like, Hasan is a pretty stylish guy. He's made some weird fashion choices. I don't always like what but he's a stylish dude, right? Suits, I don't know. It's not a good, it's not a good look for him. He's not picking the right suits. Like, he's wearing very boring suits.
A lot of YouTube. And
He's not a guy who ever dressed boring, but when he's in a suit, he just comes off as really boring. They're not special in any way. Like, wear some nice, special, like, weird, interesting suits or something.
Go on Twitter, like, at all.
Andrew, thank you for being here. Enjoy.
I still have Twitter because I send and reply to DMs through there sometimes for like events, like Tyler won's League of Legends tournament. I heard from him on Twitter DM, so I have it for reasons like that. But I don't like
You should be eating food for this, no? Okay, guys, dial back to parasocialism.
doom scroll Twitter and see a bunch of things anymore. Look at the last tweet I made. So like I don't see a lot of these things that are going on anymore. But for some reason, everyone jumps to, he must be ignoring it. He's got to be ignoring it. We can really tell a lot about this guy from the things he refuses to cover. I just don't see them. The things I do hear about come from my friends sending them to me, or when I
get to the story.
He has obviously postured it and positioned it in a way where it comes across as defensible to other content creators by claiming a litany of different insane things.
That I did hear about. And that one...
Snark community.
With that out of the way, I did spend like the last 3 hours learning about this defamation lawsuit between H3 and iDubbbz because that did sound pretty concerning. Because there's always been like an unwritten rule on the internet, not just YouTube, where if there's beef online, it stays online. And you handle it online without, going over that threshold, the event horizon of trying to use litigation to silence your opponent or something like that. That had always been etched in the stone tablets, 10 commandments of online discourse.
It's true.
And now all of a sudden, I'm hearing about H3 suing iDubbbz for defamation. So obviously I wanted to hear more about that. And after diving in, hitting that cannonball into the pool, I learned he has a lot of active lawsuits. I think it's 5, maybe 6 against other streamers and YouTubers. So it's a bit of a rampage he's been on. I knew about one before all this, which was against the Snark community. That I did hear about. And that one...
Snark community.
Made a lot of sense to me, actually. The Snark community, from what I recall, was doing some diabolical, like...
Yeah, this is like... Look, listen. Are there annoying people on the internet that are up people's asses all the goddamn time? Absolutely. Okay? Ethan Klein operates a Snark community against myself. I don't think any of Ethan Klein's lawsuits are even in any way, shape, or form remotely defensible. He has obviously postured it and positioned it in a way where it comes across as defensible to other content creators by claiming a litany of different insane things that he claims
they sent the skulls. They sent CPS to my house.
Happening because people were gang stalking him and I don't know, like,
hello, Madame Rada, how are you? I'm doing good. Hope you and Sarah are doing well.
Going after his family and like sending CPS and sending skulls to his house or whatever. Okay, I don't know the veracity of these claims, but I do know one thing: he has used that as a counter to every single goddamn thing. He stubs his mother toe. He goes, oh, it's the Snark community, which, by the way, he says I'm a part of. All of the people that he has actively sued, he has claimed were responsible without any evidence whatsoever for sending child protective services to his house, to sending skulls to his house. Like, it's an incredible method. Meanwhile, I'm literally being prosecuted by the goddamn federal government, allegedly, and these guys are celebrating that decision. And at no point did I ever turn around and say, oh, Ethan Klein is the reason why I have a subpoena from the government. Okay? It's ridiculous. Just because they even celebrate that decision by the federal government, which they have openly, which is also disgusting, doesn't mean that they had anything to do with it. But it's ridiculous to be like, yeah, I'm suing anonymous Redditors on the internet because I believe that they're coordinating like a mass harassment campaign against me. And therefore, like, in order for a lot of these people to understand, yeah, he is a snarker of mine. He is, which is, whatever. It is what it is. But in order for a lot of these people who have been in support of these decisions, in support of Ethan's videos about how silly and accountable. I mean, I've jokingly...
I just want to hear Charlie finish the sentence.
He referenced suing more Pegasus. Every single one of these most what he's saying or legal. Even cases they had an ICE, the Snark community sent CPS, and he said, no, I have never said that. Yeah, remember that shit? Remember when I talked to him in person in that disastrous, I guess you could call it a debate if you want to call it that, where I was like, what proof, what evidence do you have that like myself and all these other people have actually sent child protective services to your house? Like, where is this coming from? Because he was claiming everyone and their mothers was responsible for calling child protective services. I didn't even know that was happening, and they were saying I was responsible for it. He genuinely, sincerely, in the most like schizophrenic way, thinks that there's a network, a coalition of people that are in constant collaboration with one another that's like actively trying to ruin his life, not realizing that there is a coalition of people that are actively ruining his life. It's just that those people are in support of Ethan Klein, or at least seemingly in support of Ethan Klein, using him and his financial status to pursue people that they don't like on the internet, to constantly goad him into litigation after litigation, telling him that he's doing the right thing over and over again, telling him that he actually should pursue these people and bury them in financial troubles through costly litigation. Those are the people who are actively going into his community, acting as though they're lifelong fans, and using him like a lol-cal weapon. But of course, it's impossible to get him to understand this because he's far too paranoid.
Things I recalled from like the snark community, so it made sense that he would pursue litigation there, because that is highly illegal fucking psychopath behavior. So that one I remember, and that one made sense.
Like, I don't even disagree with the premise if there was any veracity to these claims, okay? If there was any proof of like coordinated messaging where people were just like, yes, let's go, let's send Child Protective Services to his house, then yeah, it's valid. The problem is, none of his lawsuits have anything to do with that. None of his lawsuits have anything to do with that at all. He really thinks he's going to crack this case. He thinks there's like all these people on the internet are all out to get him, and they're trying to actively ruin his life, not realizing that the only person ruining Ethan Klein's life is Ethan Klein. Okay? His paranoia is the reason why people don't him anymore. And the frivolous lawsuits that he's launched against his opposition is part of the reason why people don't with him anymore. His opinions on Israel is part of the reason why people don't with him anymore. He was accusing everyone of CPS. Only when Denim said he's suing him, he retracted.
I want to address something from Denim's correction demand in her letter. The letter claims I falsely stated that Denims herself filed the preceding CPS report, or that Denims caused others to do so. The letter also states on March 11th, I acknowledged Denims had denounced herself or anyone in her community making contact with CPS. Let me be clear. I have never claimed that Denims called CPS. I have never implied that Denims called CPS. If my statements were interpreted as stating this, I want to correct the record and make it clear that I do not believe that Denims called CPS. Obviously, moronic, idiotic, stupid.
He has to put those in there. But he's convinced that it's Denim's community that did it. He kept showing the messages. Look, this person is saying, call CPS.
Let me also address the point in the letter that I claimed Denim caused others to call CPS. I did not state, and I do not believe Denims made a direct call to action to her audience to contact CPS, obviously.
Yeah, this is lawyer speak because he got hit.
Right?
He got hit with a CND, I assume, under threat of a lawsuit while appearing to read a letter from his lawyer. Ethan Klein attempts to formally retract 3 defamatory claims against Denims. Ethan admits Denims didn't call CPS, didn't denounce those that called CPS, never made a call to action for another to call CPS. Okay? Except he literally did do that, for the record. Okay? He did. And when he says like, oh, I'm doing this as I'm waging this just war against Snark, that's what he's referencing. And a lot of people have deluded themselves into believing that that is the truth. That like all of these people that Ethan Klein is actually going after at some point harbored people or directly called CPS themselves. They even say that about myself as well when it's like I'm the least involved in drama with Ethan Klein for the most part too. Lol, not you. No, he has. Oh, I thought you're calling Ethan a punk. Okay. It is ridiculous. Commentary sphere. The overly open
YouTubers, he is extraordinarily litigious. Anyway, enough blabbering. What started this defamation lawsuit was this iDub stream.
Okay, this is my watermark for the stream. I don't want any of my content being stolen. Got another Kalshi ad? I'm sorry, Fazium. We're all getting Kalshi ads these days. It's okay, so
It's despicable that he would think it's a good idea to post that there while knowingly aware that it's not true. So the message isn't Ian's, this comes from Destiny, and he found this screenshot and he kept it on screen for a very long time. And he said he didn't agree with it, but thinks it needs to be addressed because it's so up. It is a terrible stream.
Is Hasan calling room service? Look at that. He just muted his mic.
Just giving it to you real blunt, real raw. It is no good. And I'm no stranger to getting talked by iDubbbz. He has said some very nasty, very untrue things about me on his broadcast as well. But what is being reported in regards to this stream isn't exactly telling the whole story.
Wait, what? I don't even know what iDubbbz has said about Charlie, but that's crazy, bro. Wait,
and
what?
Real blunt, real stuff. And he's true. So the message isn't Ian's. This comes from Destiny, and he found this.
Yeah, why is Ethan not suing Destiny? That's the real question. I think we all know why. Arguably pro-Israel. Or
there's a clip that let me just watch this quick clip of Hasan angry at Charlie.
If Charlie knew half the gross shit Ethan motherfucking Klein has said about Ian and Anissa, I don't think he'd be doing this. Ethan Klein directly has stalked and mass harassed iDubbbz and Anissa directly for months on end. This litigation is an extension of that project. Ethan Klein has also called people that he doesn't like Nazis, Photoshop photos on his Instagram stories to imply that they're Nazis. He's done it to me too. He has called people that he does not like pedophiles, including Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitter. If Charlie,
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I want to see.
at least utilizing the pro-Israel advocacy as a way to take care of his enemies, is a funder, is one of the last remaining sponsors of Ethan Klein's podcast.
Screenshot, and he kept it on screen. I don't believe that this lawsuit is in any way, shape, or form helpful to anyone outside of the lawyers. They're smiling ear to ear. They're salivating right now, literally drooling with a bib on. But it's harmful to, I think, literally everyone involved and does have potential ramifications for others way outside of it. I have never and will never be a fan of extreme litigation, and I have always been vocally advocating against creators going that nuclear path, and I always will. Of course, there are cases where it is understandable. Like I said, going after the snarkers that sent a fraudulent CPS thing through and the skulls and stuff, that one I do understand.
Bro, but what does that have to do with iDubbbz? I mean, where is the veracity or where is the genuine proof that there is, again, a network of like anonymous accounts that Ethan Klein has targeted and identified as being responsible for calling Child Protective Services on him? I don't even think there is any proof whatsoever. Ethan certainly doesn't have that.
There isn't.
Saying that you think it's true, right?
Now, after hearing Ethan explain that, I actually made...
Wait, first of all, no, the context of it was that he's pissed off that you were calling him a file. Was Destiny joking here too? Because it wasn't a one-off. Yeah, Destiny's version of getting great excuse to be petty.
It has to tie back to me, and Hasan has had a lot of success in trying to tie people back to me. Like I said, I think this is why I call Ethan all the time, kids or whatever, is because Ethan gave in, because he's a spineless hack, to this type of attack where he's like, no, I'm not like Destiny. Destiny doesn't get me talking about.
Incredible stuff, man. Ethan is lying. Destiny instead admitted actual malice, which is required to super defamation of public figures. Incredible stuff. Again, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry, now I'm even more confused. So Destiny saying that climbing kids in passing comment is fine because Destiny said he's kidding, but iDubbbz showing it on screen is bad, despite him explicitly saying that he doesn't agree. Ethan wants to punish a millionaire. Post. Dact. I mean, this shit, but it is like, it's basically just,
We're gonna stop this in a second,
requires,
guys.
opinion. And he will obviously again.
The hero. It was the noble sacrifice of going back and watching the entire iDubbbz stream segment with this in it when he was talking about it. Boy, howdy. I'm not a hero. It was brave, but I don't need your flowers. That was agonizing. It was heinous, even. It was brutal. This whole segment where he was talking about that, I think, was really, really rough. But I don't recall at any point throughout it him actually trying to argue that it's a legitimate thing or trying to convince his audience that it's real. So I know one of the big things is that it came from iDubbbz, who has actually met Ethan and his family. So there's like this air of credibility around him saying something like this. But that's just not true. He's not even...
That should have meant also, Hasan eating right now is making me hungry.
Trying to say anything about it is credible, even outright says that it's not, that he doesn't agree with it. So he's not trying to present it as a real argument based on, any of his experiences knowing Ethan and his family.
Listen,
Also,
overall,
I will say,
we may have given Charlie a hard time, but I think overall him making these videos is a net positive versus net negative, right? Ultimately, it took some dragging of his feet, to admit that Ethan is wrong, and he had to give all these disclaimers that he doesn't like iDubbbz and he thinks what these other streamers did is wrong, etc., 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 right? But ultimately, he's on camera twice now saying that he thinks the lawsuit against iDubbbz is wrong, it's frivolous, etc., shouldn't have happened, that iDubbbz never said anything to defame Ethan. Maybe in poor taste, sure, but no defamation there. And he is now on record saying that he disagrees with the copyright infringement lawsuits against Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron. So that is a net positive. At least his normie audience now, his fucking dumbass audience, can now maybe lay off these people and not participate in actively encouraging these lawsuits, etc. Now, Ethan Klein is going to try to undo the damage that MoistCritical did in those videos, right? Now, Ethan Klein has to reconvince maybe some members of the H3 audience listen to Charlie and were kind of swayed. Like, maybe Charlie was making some sense. iDubbbz didn't call you a pedophile, etc. So now Ethan is going to spend today to re-litigate this case. He's going to try to reconvince you why he's doing this. He's going to try to reconvince you that Snark called CPS, that Snark sent the skulls to his house, etc. That's going to be his job today. He's going to be respectful to Charlie, of course, because Ethan is desperate for any sort of friend or ally. So he's going to be respectful and nice to Charlie. He's going to say that Charlie just doesn't know the intricacies of the situation. He's going to blame Snark again for CPS, for this and that. And he's going to say that iDubbbz, as my friend, betrayed me. And he's my close friend, and he's sharing it, etc., etc. Noxolato sends a $2 dono. It says, Moist just made a follow-up on his fence sitting. We watched a good half of it, Noxolato. That was boring and unwatchable. But we saw it. It was pretty sad. But at least in that video, he said that he disagrees with the copyright infringement lawsuit. So we have to take the positive where we can find it. Is it a good video? No. Is he dragging his feet? Yes. Is he still trying to appease his toxic, horrible audience? Yes. But the conclusion is, out of both videos, he's against these lawsuits, which is a net positive. Okay?
That I think Ethan Klein is terrified of this guy. So it's just kind of like legit. It is, to me, it's super funny that he has so much smoke for everyone that he thinks he can bully, but the person that he's terrified, he just keeps very overtly running from. And it's like, yeah.
Now, by the way, Ethan is literally suing iDubbbz for that reason, because iDubbbz said the truth there. That's literally it. The two anti-Hasan communities united. Quick reminder that Ian did comply with the cease and desist, and the only reason Ethan isn't going after Destiny, who actually wrote the comment, is because he doesn't want to lose the only community that's still supporting his anti-Hasan slop content. 100%.
While Ethan is 100% correct that iDubbbz says that this is a big allegation that Ethan should be addressing, he's not doing it earnestly, or at least I don't think he was. It's actually really kind of hard to tell. The whole segment was awful, and the point he was trying to make was really dog shittily done. But what he's trying to say is that clip right there at the end, where
it's so funny because Destiny has literally operated, we know, Destiny has literally operated alongside Dan Stalkman, Ethan Klein's biggest sponsor, a mass harassment Discord server where they doxed my whole family. We know this. I've shown this on stream before. So like everything that MoistCritical is claiming Ethan is actually pursuing litigation over, I have direct evidence that these dickheads were doing. We also know, and it's been written about in Bloomberg, that Dan Stalkman tried to destroy all ads on Twitch in an effort to try and get me banned. Okay? So the level of coordinated, sophisticated smear campaigns reached a level.
These brands that are here. Oh, which one will it be?
When Hulu Plus Live TV calls upon famous athletes like DK Metcalf to act in their ads.
And they lie and Twitch, and I recognize
this extremely outrageous, outlandish, disgusting thing about Ethan, and yet Ethan doesn't have smoke for him, but he does for the other people that he's gone after through lawsuits. I'm pretty sure that's the point he was trying to make by putting that on screen. Like, look, Destiny has said something absolutely...
Wait, what do you mean you're pretty sure that's literally the clip that you clipped? That is the point he's making.
Despicable, yet you don't have that same energy.
Bad Pierogies said someone commented under Charlie's video asking why did he make a video on Kayagate immediately, but never gave his opinion on all the crap Ethan has done and said for the past 2 to 3 years. He's just afraid. Hasan doesn't like bully people. Hasan doesn't go after people. Hasan doesn't send his community to like harass people, but Ethan Klein does. And Charlie, being on the internet for as long as he has, he knows what Ethan Klein does and what his podcast is all about and what his audience does. It's like the harassment podcast. It always has been. It always has been. So that's precisely why. And it's cool to hate on Hasan. It's easy to hate on Hasan. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the people do it. Anyways, folks. We apologize. What did I say? We appreciate you being here. I'm gonna call it a night. Demi's on her way. She's almost here, so I'm gonna start prepping a few things before she gets here. Thank you so much for being here. It's gonna be exciting to see what Ethan says about this. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wish I could watch it live with you guys, but let's give it some time. You know, we don't want to be accused of being a market substitute. So I will try to react to that on Sunday before Better Left Unsaid. Maybe I can do 2 streams on Sunday. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Briarleaf says same dragon. What did Dragon say? Is someone here called Dragon? Ooh, why is it in top chat? Drax says, I don't watch many streamers at all. Only DNW and Chris Kunzler. Briarleaf says, same drag. Oh, it's the same dragon, and then it's the same dragon. That's crazy. Ooh. Well, Briarleaf and Drac, thank you guys so much. I'm in good company if you guys are watching me and Chris Kunzler. Devils, all you devils in chat, all you dirty devils, I'm going to say thank you for today. Thank you for yesterday. Thank you for this whole week. It's been really fun streaming with you guys. It's been a very productive week. I'm off tomorrow. No stream on either channel. Sunday, I'll be back with 1 or 2 streams. At the very least, Better Left Unsaid is happening Sunday. We got Froggy Tonic coming to the stream. We're going to be talking about all these lawsuits. iDubbbz, Denims, MoistCritical, Anthony Fantano. It's going to be nice and great conversation. So join us on Sunday night. I might be building some Lego with Demi. Maybe later tonight if we're not exhausted. Maybe even tomorrow night or something. I'm not sure. But like that's... If we do that, it's a little fun, chill, unexpected stream that you guys will just join us. K-Mac says the only stream I watch is DNW. I salute you, K-Mac. Thank you to all of our members. Haley D sends a $2 dono and says, goodbye, devils. Goodbye, you damn devils. So all you devils in chat sharing your gay pride flags, okay? You damn devils. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys on Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's Friday night. Go out, have some fun. Watch something good on TV. Roll yourself something fat. Eat a good snack. Just treat yourself to something. Whatever you're doing, okay? If you're staying home, have some fucking fun. You know, watch something nice. Eat something good. If you're going out, enjoy. If it's still early, go to the beach. Go out in nature. Do something fun. I'll see you later to react to the Ethan Klein reaction to MoistCritical. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Much love. And as always, and to everybody who donated, Haley D, for all the gifted subs today, thank you so much. A special thank you to Haley, who started things off with 10 gifted Do Not Worry memberships, by the way. And a bunch of super chats. And Zaytoon Zero. And Weeps2828. Hihaho. Mighty Anonymous. Kate from Canada. Bat Pierogi. Nola Magnolia. Tizzy. Nogzolotl. Thank you all so much for contributing a little extra today. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a good night, everyone. And as always, do not worry.
For him as you do for the others.
Haley D gifting another 5 memberships. While we're in the credits, post-credits, we got a post-credit scene. Haley, thank you so much. It's way too kind. Haley's going crazy today. Haley's lost it today, folks. And now we're back. Post-credit, Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'll be in the next movie. I'll be in the next Marvel movie, folks. Haley, thank you so much. It's way too kind, folks. Haley treating us well for the weekend. Haley, bless you. Thank you. Have a lovely Friday. I'm out for real this time, folks. Bye-bye. We love you. We appreciate you. Haley, thank you so much. Do not worry. This is a real post credit. We're at 420 members right now. 420 members. Yalla, bye, guys. Thank you, Haley.